Wake up, it's the first of the month. One nation under the gun. Under the One nation under the gun. Wake up, it's the first of the month. Open my pockets, look at my lungs. Free all the leaders, words of the future. Tell them the victory's already won. Call the collector, scramble my funds. One nation under the gun. Under the Scratching and surviving, stretching and releasing. They thought all this game was free, I made them pay attention. I can't seem to get away. Land that I'm free.
Good morning.
Moving on key and dodging the fit. Scars on my heart, but the gold's in my head from the Bay to LA. I'm carrying the weight. They love you and hate you, that's how they gon' play. 1600 with the powers of
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
no stress. Been on the block. They plotting on my moves and they raising the stakes. Hopes in my vein, but the system's amazing every step. That it's like a daisy stretching my blessing, trying to build my way. Lost some homies in the game, now I'm praying for them. They taxing my soul, but I'ma keep it real. Stop my name on the dotted line, blood on the deal. From the block to the White House, dodging all these traps. Got my city on my back, put my pain in the rack. Now I'm back on the grind and I'm running up the score. They thought I fall off, now I'm kicking down the door. Got the money in the pocket and the smoke in the air. Every move that I make them stop this day. 1600 where the power resides. Speaking my truth, let it light up the sky. Free my dog, let the picture say grace. Every scar on my soul, a story to trade. Wake up, it's the first of the month. Open my pockets, smoking my lungs. Free all the leaves, work to the preacher. Tell them the victory's already won. All the collectors, scramble my funds. One nation under the gun. Scratching and surviving, stretching and remixing. They thought all this game was free, I made them pay attention. I can't seem to get away. Land that I'm free. Move through the dark where the power's concealed. Where the promise to make is part of the deal. Got hope in the chest and the lane on my back. In the land of the free and the chains on my back. They running my step, trying to box my glow.
Greetings.
Now I'm flipping that truth. Picture said it's done, but the war's still alive. I'm the king of my faith, watch you thrive and survive. I'm walking through the fire where the vipers hide. Carrying up the city where the truth don't hide. Hope in the grip and the system device.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday.
I'm building a
Good morning. Good morning. Wake up. Good morning. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Happy Monday. Woo! Hey. So lovely to see all of you, seriously. But you know what we got to do? Let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have much time to do the real work. Oh my gosh, they're back in the... Oh my God, Zeus, don't do it to us, please, Zeus. We've learned our lesson, Zeus. Not yet. We're gonna get down with this just like we normally do. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm like the Terminator screaming. Yep, drummer! Welcome, drummer. Let's go. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Green grass in California. Let's go. Thank you. Right, Z-Pop? Wait till 1600 drops, Z-Pop. You're going to love it. Trust me. We're aiming for a Christmas release. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Am I right, Heaven? They hate it. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. It's my favorite part. Okay. Here it goes. Here it goes. It's my favorite part. All right, listen to these haters. Kimmy.
Shit was
Kick me clean, please.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off.
Oh, please, seriously. I'm going off the rails. W, drummer. Thank you, drummer. Thank you. Right. I'm going off the rails. All right. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I hope you all had an amazing weekend and you took a break from this app or did something for yourselves to take care of your mental health and things like that, because, you know, we're right back in the Thunderdome and we got to take care of some very important housekeeping items. All right. But before we do that, you know what this show is about. This show is about holding Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons accountable for all the dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds that they've done to this country and they continue to do, actually, right? And so as I get into the content, I just want to make one thing crystal clear before I get started. Who am I? Who am I? People say, Zeus, who are you? They call me a god and all these other crazy things. And I just say, you know what? I'm your worst nightmare, MAGA. That's the best way to describe Big Zeus. All right. I'm MAGA's worst nightmare because I will say what needs to be said, because that's just what it takes in order to confront these demons in real time and perform what I call a modern day exorcist of some sort. All right. We're exorcising demons on this show. Huge W, Zeus. And so I'll say this, for those of you, this might be your first time listening to a broadcast like this. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. And Eugene, you know it. All right, the first H is because I am honest. W, drummer. Thank you. The second H is because I am humble. And every H, I am the most in all the categories, all right, especially on social media. So honest, humble, and what is the last one? Handsome! I know they don't ever see it coming, but it's always going to come. Wow. Thank you, alter ego. It's nice to see you too, even though sometimes you straddle the fence, all right? But it is what it is. Now, many of you are very familiar with what we do on this side of TikTok. What we do is spectacular. No one else on TikTok does what we do on this show. I'll engage in some dialogue with these demons, but I'm not engaging in dialogue with the demons in order to educate them. No, I'm engaging in dialogue in order to perform what I call an exorcist, get them out of the people that voted for Donald Trump and hopefully get them on the right path. But if they don't listen to what I'm saying, then unfortunately, I just get straight to, judgment. And that involves us using a lot of tools to make sure these MAGA demons know where they're going, basically on this show. And if they don't get their soul rights, when it comes Judgment Day. Huge W, Zeus. Right, Maddie? And so before I get started, I'll just ask, and I'll ask it because I don't even know why I do it, but I like to give people a heads up on this show because I got a lot of so-called Christians out there, so-called protectors of children out there, so-called conservatives out there that, now it's the new one. These people are so fragile. It's their fragile ego, right? The conservative women, the conservative men, it's their fragile ego. And they're all a bunch of liars. Thank you all. Thank you for the gifts. All right, seriously. What up, Leah? If you don't want me to hurt your feelings today by telling you the truth about who Donald J. Trump is, right? Good morning, Marissa. So nice to see you as well. If you don't want me to hurt your feelings about telling you the truth about your dear leader, your daddy, good morning, Ange. So nice to see you too. And Ann, wow. You might want to leave this show. What up, Fenton D? What up? I don't want to say it. You might want to leave this show and go hang out with these fake TikTok hosts because they'll huff and they'll puff. W. Santana, wow. Santana, you're putting in a lot of real work on this app, and I just wanted you to know I see you, champ, even though I don't get to pop up in there. Ladies and gentlemen, say W's to Santana. But Santana, make no mistake, no matter how big you get on this app, I'll always be the most handsome. And he knows that, and so does Snuddy. Now, but before I get started, I'll say this. If you're a Trump voter, leave this show right now because it's going to be very, very uncomfortable for you. I promise you it will, because every night and then in the morning, I wake up with the sole mission of making sure I hurt your feelings. I mean, and it's so easy to do. So if you don't want to experience that, leave right now because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you in here. I promise you it will. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
Not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too.
What?
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And so with that, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. I take no responsibility for how the sparks are flying on this show, but I ask that for the mutuals out there, grab your shields, grab whatever, weapons you got to engage in real warfare with these demons, because we're going to go ahead and get started, all right? It's a huge W, Zeus. Now, we all know right now, it's not just the effort that I've been doing, but it's honestly a combined effort. All the great content creators on this app who've been putting in real work, engaging with Americans all over the country about all of Donald J. Trump's lies and the harm it's going to actually inflict upon this great nation. And so with that comes the reality that some voters out there that voted for Donald Trump, they still don't think fat meat is greasy. And they don't understand that what I've been prophesying on this show ever since Donald Trump won the second time, he didn't win in 2020, but he won. And we got questions about how he somehow beat Kamala Harris, but we'll get into that in short order. What we're going to do is we're going to point out once again to MAGA, you will not be around come midterms. A lot of you won't, because he's cutting your health care, so you don't need health care. He's cutting your SNAP, so you don't need to eat. He's getting rid of FEMA. He's not giving you all the support you need when natural disasters come. And a lot of you don't understand. It's because you're cursed that these disasters are going to continue to happen to a lot of you. All right. And so if you just look around, he's basically kicking the legs from underneath the table, and MAGA is basically on the verge of self-destruction. And so what we'll do is we'll listen to one of these demons. This is a real, because the grocery prices, everyone knows grocery prices are going up, right? And the farmers, there's still farmers out there, ranchers, whatever you want to call yourselves, deranged lunatics who still believe and trust in Donald J. Trump. And so this will be the first person we send to hell this morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Trump voter, voted for Donald Trump all 3 times, a triple Trumper. A triple Trumper, wow. And he's now upset with Donald Trump because he says that JBS is a corrupt beef organization, and that Trump is now going to allow them to be publicly traded in America. And this will end up causing him to lose everything he has if this happens. And so to the mutuals out there, please get your tissues out or your blankets or whatever you need to, because this is a very sad story. Hold on. Oh my goodness, hold on. Sometimes oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we're having some technical difficulties. It looks like they pulled the video off the internet. Wow, he was a crybaby. Wow. You can't always win them all. But you know what? I'll do it anyway. We're going to go ahead and send him straight to hell. All he was going to do is cry. So ladies and gentlemen, don't worry, I got another story, and hopefully the internet doesn't mess up with this story, because they put the videos up and then they take them down. Join me in sending this triple Trumper who voted for Donald J. Trump where he belongs, ladies and gentlemen, straight to hell. You know where he was going anyway. If I can find it, don't worry, I'll look for it while this other one queues up.
Silence.
Yeah.
You MAGA demon.
All right. Well, the next one we'll do. Hopefully this one works, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Trump voter who is now slamming Donald Trump. And this goes back to a story we talked about on the show. Donald Trump basically arrested his wife. She was from Ireland, right? She came into Chicago just after attending a funeral in Ireland. And then it turns out she had a bit of a criminal record, right? So she was detained by ICE. She's been detained for around 4 months. And now her husband is on some sort of, redemption tour where he's pleading with the government, and especially, he's going to the Democrats and saying, please stop Donald Trump. And so let's get this demon on record, ladies and gentlemen. This is a loyal MAGA voter who has now turned on Donald Trump after his wife was detained by ICE. And then we'll get straight to judgment.
A U.S. Marine. This American says he has lost all faith in Donald Trump.
Okay.
It's my understanding you also voted for President Trump.
Yes, sir.
Why did you vote for him?
Because I was an idiot.
Can you be more specific?
The 80% of the evangelical Christian people
There
were
he
lied
is.
to.
This is the demon.
If you really want to know the truth, and that's exactly what happened.
So let me make sure you all caught that. They asked him, why did you vote for Donald Trump? And everyone heard what his answer was, because he was an idiot.
It's my understanding you also voted for President Trump.
Yes, sir.
Why did you vote for him?
Because I was an idiot.
Can you be more
Because
specific?
the 80% of the evangelical Christian people were lied to, if you really want to know the truth, and that's exactly what happened. They said criminal, and I believe criminals need to be off the street.
I just want to make sure people watching this understand who you are.
Well,
And who
criminals
Donna
need
is.
to be off the street, and I agree with that.
They're not
That's
criminals.
sold. Correct. But if you watch the news channels even today, they're talking about all the heinous criminals that they're getting. And truth be told, there's been about 800 actual criminals that they've gotten off the street. The
Donna
rest of
is
them-
also the mother of a Marine,
Oh,
Yes.
an active Marine in Okinawa today.
Yes, sir. We actually have his dogs.
And I think it's important. In back home in Santa Ana, I have a father to 3 U.S. Marines who's all.
so the man that you hear pleading his case in front of the Democrats, it's like a shadow hearing that's going on in Congress. He voted for Donald Trump 3 times. And he really did believe that Donald J. Trump was going to only go after what he believed were the criminals. But long story short, Donald Trump, well, his dear leader went after his wife. Yeah, she did something back in the day, wrote a few bad checks, 25. I think they said it totaled $60. She wrote $60 worth of bad checks, gets into the country after a funeral, and Donald J. Trump, he just detained his wife. And again, when I hear stories like this, I used to have a heart. I did. I used to feel bad for him. Do we feel bad for this guy right here, ladies and gentlemen? Does anyone feel bad for him? Let me ask anyone out. Does anyone feel bad for this man right here? Because he voted 3 times for Donald Trump. No. Because the good book says you reap what you sow. There has to be consequences because he acknowledged he's an idiot. And a lot of you Trump supporters, honestly, need to come to the grips with that reality. But listen to him just trying to plead his case and make it seem like the problem isn't him, it's Donald Trump.
Been apprehended. And I asked that Marine, do you know any Marines in your situation? Says there are many Marines in Camp Pendleton whose parents have been apprehended, but they're all terrorized of coming forward to speak
Yes, sir.
about their situation.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, because there's something in this that you all need to make sure you pay attention to.
So we know then President Trump is not focused on criminals, but
No,
rather average families.
Yes,
You're
sir.
an honest, hardworking family,
Yes, sir.
and they're going after you.
Sir.
You're a mixed family. Actually not. Donna has a green card.
Yes, sir.
You're an American citizen.
Yes, sir.
Her son's a Marine.
Yes, sir.
How do you explain the fact that she's been apprehended?
Yeah.
You can't explain it. It's absolutely nonsense. And there's 2 separate laws for immigrants and U.S. citizens.
Let me ask you something. Got a minute left.
This is so.
President Trump was asked in 60 Minutes, when he was asked if his tactics had gone too far, President Trump said, no, I think we haven't gone far enough.
True.
There's 0 reason to hurt people and families. We've literally had migrant workers in this country for 1,000 years.
Oh, 1,000 years.
Good, productive, migrant farm workers.
100%. I grew up in Southeast Texas, sir. Without migrant workers, things wouldn't get done.
Oh.
It's that simple.
Oh.
250 farms in California have shut their doors because of the fact that they've taken all the workers away.
In the last 19 seconds I have, I would
So
just
funny.
ask everybody
So-
in the audience, anybody who's watching this, do not be silent. Speak up.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to know how many people have gotten victimized, how many people have gotten wrongly arrested,
Okay,
because
sure.
according to our Homeland Secretary, no American citizen has gotten detained or arrested.
There's been over
We all know that's
170.
incorrect and that's an absolute lie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, we cannot hold our silence. This is a very critical time in our histories of our country. Thank you very much.
Well,
Mr. Chairman,
my answer, sir, is I'm going to be an advocate for the rest of my life for this.
You can hear him crying. I am going to be an advocate for this, sir, the rest of my life. Oh, this is what I've been saying. And again, sir, I probably ran into you on TikTok and I was telling you, and everyone was telling you how dangerous your dear leader was. And you laughed in our faces. Yo, I can't bring myself to vote for a Democrat. And you know what I really am offended by? It's they're not really saying who they voted for. They keep saying Donald Trump. No, this is what happens when you vote for a person who's been found liable for SA, a serial SAer in my opinion, and a convicted felon. When you vote for the person that has those qualifications, because you just couldn't bring your racist behind to vote for Vice President Kamala Harris, right? This is what you get. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire because this demon right here, they didn't know fat meat was greasy. And you know what? Yeah, it's true. Donald Trump is going after Americans, all right? Whether they got green cards or not, he's going after you, all right? If you look like a duck and smell like a duck, sound like a duck, he's going to get you and detain you with ICE. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending this MAGA demon who voted for Donald Trump not once, not twice, but 3 times where he belongs. Straight to hell! I could do this all day. I could do this all day long. Yeah, I don't need to talk to MAGA.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I really don't need to talk to MAGA anymore because the cat is truly, the cat's truly out of the bag, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that's going on, ladies and gentlemen. And again, you just have to wonder, you know, how did we get here as a country? You know, hold on. And so, we're going to talk about something that's going on, and it's all over the internet. Let's see if we could get somebody to explain what's been happening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get somebody to explain what's happening with this feature. And some of you may have already heard it. Let's see. Yeah. You may have already heard about this, all right? How many of you heard about what's been happening all over social media where it looks like Twitter or X revealed features that involves MAGA and foreign influencers, all right? And you can go look at it. Do I have any pictures of it, ladies and gentlemen? So it turns out, and you can go double check this. You can go double check this, ladies and gentlemen. There are a bunch of foreign accounts on X, all right? A lot of MAGA influencers that you've probably been looking into and following and getting your information from, right? Let's see. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go, right there. You know, this is a good example. If you go on the X, you click on the location of the person, right? Then it'll show you things about when they joined and where they joined from. So this is a great example. Mary Tiles in Texas. She joined in September from Russia. Haven't I been saying to MAGA this whole time that we've been involved with a huge, massive disinformation and misinformation campaign that involved Russia? Haven't we been telling them this? All these people, and DJ, Snuggie, the Bears, all of you have been duped by accounts in Russia, Bangladesh, Nigeria. You wouldn't even believe it. India, Pakistan. You see all these people and their accounts scream MAGA at the top of their lungs, but then you look at their background information and these people aren't even in the United States. They're in other countries. And I'm like, this is the group of people who love to brand themselves as America first. And I got to say it, and I'll do it, and I'll go ahead and send them straight to hell. Remember, MAGA, you're not that bright, right? Your dear leader knows you're not that bright, MAGA. The world knows that you're not bright. The best thing MAGA is good for at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, they're great to manipulate, right? They're great to grift off of because they'll give you their money as long as you point out someone that they can look at and hate. They're not that bright. They don't want food. They don't want health care. They don't want FEMA. No, They just want to be manipulated and lied to. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire, because you're not arguing with folks that are intelligent. You're literally arguing with foreigners disguised as MAGA, all right, feeding these demons the lies that they go around and repeat on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, we're witnessing the collapse of the cult right now. Join me in sending these MAGA demons where they belong, straight to hell. I'm not lying. Am I lying? Am I
Silence,
lying?
you MAGA demon.
Have I lied yet, ladies and gentlemen? Have I lied at all? Have you all been looking into this and finding out most of these MAGA influencers, they're not even based out of the United States of America? Yeah, Elon released the feature. Then they got into trouble because some of the government accounts, they turned out to not be for the United States. Then they took it away and then they gave it back. And you're just going there, and I go, what a huge joke. MAGA has been the biggest joke on the planet for the last decade, and it's only going to continue to get worse. All right. So let's move on to my next thing. All right. And this is just another example of what I mean. A bunch of liars and a bunch of hypocrites. How many of y'all know who this demon is right there? How many of y'all know who this demon is? Yeah, RFK Jr. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get straight into this. So he's writing poetry, all right, to a woman, Olivia Nussi, I think that's her name. Y'all heard about this? And he writes like your open mouth awaiting my harvest. Okay, he continued, I mean to squeeze your cheeks to force open your mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. So he's been caught in a bit of a scandal, and it's not surprising because most conservative men do stuff like this. They say one thing and then they live another way. Listen to this. Jesus Christ! Oh my goodness! So it looks like we're having. Okay, there we this might work. So it looks like the issue could be. You never know, right? All right, listen to this. So this scandal that he's been caught up in, ladies and gentlemen, involves leaked text messages, and they just describe a situation with him that involves a person, a woman that's was already in a relationship. But these things keep getting exposed, and we're going to continue to expose them for what they are. There we go. Let's see if I can get it over here. All right, let's see if I can get it over here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I see what's going in. I see what's going on. Okay. Well, it looks like we're having technical difficulties, so I guess what I'll do, I'll just go ahead and judge him. RFK Jr., you're not a poet. You're a disgrace to this great country of ours. You're saying nasty things. They caught you in the text message doing it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. I don't know what's happening. Maybe there's an issue with the internet today. I don't know. Join me in sending RFK Jr., the love guru wannabe. I'm the love guru, not him. And he's actually doing evil, not good. Join me in sending evil RFK Jr. where he belongs for his disgusting text messages. Join me in sending him straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
That's a huge W, Zeus. That's a huge W, Zeus. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm wondering what's happening on with my internet today. I don't know, but we're going to keep rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. I'm assuming we're going to have, okay, let's see. Yeah, everything is everything. Okay, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. You know what we'll do? What I'll do is this. We'll move on to the next thing. How many of you were keeping up with what Marjorie Taylor Greene said on Friday? I didn't get to address this, but I'm going to address it on my show. And this is a good illustration of what I mean, MAGA. You don't understand what you've truly gotten yourself into. And I'm going to go ahead and judge Marjorie Taylor Greene real quick, ladies and gentlemen. It won't take long. So let's get it on the record why Marjorie Taylor Greene said she's leaving Congress. All right.
Hi, everyone. I've always represented the common American man and woman as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've alwathis been despised in Washington, D.C.
Let's get to the most important parts. We don't got all day. Hold on. This is here you go.
Majority. The legislature has been mostly sidelined.
So she's going to blame Mike Johnson first.
And we are entering campaign season which means all courage leaves and only safe campaign re-election mode is turned on in the House of Representatives. What happens if...
Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, bear with me. We're going to get to it.
During the longest shutdown in our nation's history, I raged against my own speaker and my own party for refusing to proactively work diligently to pass the plan to save Americans' health care and protect Americans from outrageous, overpriced, and unaffordable health insurance policies. The House should have been in session working every day to fix this disaster.
Really?
But instead, America was force-fed disgusting political drama once again from both sides of the aisle on television every single day. My bills, which reflect many of President Trump's executive orders, like calling for a new census counting Americans only to draw new districts, making English the official language of the U.S.,
give me a break.
making it a felony to medically trans a minor, and other bills like eliminating capital gains taxes on the sale of your primary home and eliminating H-1B visas. Just sit. They all sit collecting dust. That's how it is for most members of Congress bills. The Speaker never brings them to the floor for a vote.
Yeah.
Many common Americans are no longer easily convinced by paid political propaganda spokespersons and consultants on TV and paid shills on social media obediently serving with cult-like conviction to force others to swallow the political party talking points.
So she's calling out MAGA Mike Johnson and a bunch of right-wing influencers. And again, she should have also mentioned these fake X accounts out there, right? So this is the MAGA. This is what I mean. The end of the whole MAGA thing, it's already starting. You all are in a lot of trouble. I don't know why anyone would still be in the cult when you see rats already like this jumping the ship. So we're going to skip ahead to her now blaming, guess who? Your dear leader. Listen to her blame your dear leader, MAGA.
To USAID, and I did that as chair of the DOJ subcommittee. I have fought harder than almost any other elected Republican to elect Donald Trump and Republicans to power. I traveled the country for years. I spent millions of my own money. I missed precious time with my family that I can never get back. And I showed up in places like outside the New York courthouse in Collect Pond Park against a raging leftist mob as Trump faced Democrat lawfare. Meanwhile,
and I just wish she would say she spent all her money pushing a person who's been found liable of SA. That's what every Trump voter needs to say. I voted for a person that had been found liable for SA, been accused by 26 women, and is a convicted felon. All right? Because when you tell the story that way, you understand why this is really worse than it sounds.
most of the establishment Republicans who secretly hate him and who stabbed him in the back and never defended him against anything have all been welcomed in right after the election. And I will never forget the day I had to leave my mother's side as my father had brain surgery to remove cancerous tumors in order to fly to Washington, D.C.
She left her mom and dad to go support a demon. She left her mother and father's side to go and support a demon.
To defend President Trump and vote no against the Democrats' second impeachment in 2021. My poor father and my poor mother, it was way too much.
I don't buy that. So what we're doing is this. Let's go ahead and jump over to the next part where she goes ahead and tries to once again, lay into Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with me.
With that has brought years of non-stop, never-ending personal attacks, death threats, lawfare, ridiculous slander and lies about me that most people could never withstand even for a single day.
Now, she didn't say that about Hunter Biden. Remember when she brought Hunter Biden's personal pictures to Congress? Remember this? How she went after Joe Biden with such vitriol. And now, this is what I'm saying. Y'all gotta quit pretending like y'all are real about that life. You're not about that life. MAGA, you're not. So don't push the line. Don't push the line like you are, because eventually you will be singing the same song Marjorie Taylor Greene is singing.
It's been unfair and wrong, not only to me, but especially to my family. But it's been wrong to my district as well. I have too much self-respect and dignity. I love my family way too much.
You don't.
And I do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president that we all fought for, only to fight and win my election while Republicans will likely lose the midterms, and in turn be expected to defend the president against impeachment after he hatefully dumped tens of millions of dollars against me and tried to destroy me.
Ooh. So what she's saying is, I can't continue to promote a criminal, understanding that that same criminal and the SAer, because she actually says at one moment she doesn't want to be a battered wife anymore. And you know what that is? That's code. That's code because she's acknowledging something happened in the relationship. I cannot defend a criminal any longer. This is what this whole thing is about. I've reached my breaking point. I got everything I could get out of Congress, and I've reached my breaking point. I'm done with MAGA, and I'm done supporting a criminal. But guess what, Marjorie? That's not how it works in the cult, and you know that.
It's all so absurd and completely unserious. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never, ever relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well.
Okay, so
there is no plan to save the world
This is my favorite
or
part.
a 4D chess game being played.
That was honestly one of my favorite parts because I've been on this app for so long and I've run into every sort of demon out there. And when they're totally been obliterated, they've been totally destroyed, they've retreated to that small kernel of hope where they go, oh, you just didn't understand Zeus, Donald Trump. He knows what he's doing. You got to trust in him. He's playing 4D, 5D chess. Well, guess what? Marjorie just blew the lid off of that lie. No, he's not. But keep on worshiping him, MAGA. Keep on worshiping him.
When common American people realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington.
Get to it, Marjorie.
Then I'll be here by their side to
just say what I need you to say.
Until then,
right here.
I'm going back to the people that I love, to live my life to the fullest as I always have, and I look forward to a new path ahead. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026.
Okay, W's in the chat. Get on out of here, you demon. And she should be saying, I resign because Big Zeus has been putting a clinic on terms of his show and exposing all of the hypocrisy and the stuff going on. And so what I'll say is this, and Marjorie, I want to send you away the right way. All right, I want to send Marjorie away the right way, and then we'll get to judgment. And so let's send Marjorie off the right way. And I'm going to ask everyone to come in a little closer. And I want to ask you, Marjorie, to remember this on your way out. All right. And we got a poem for you, Marjorie. All right. We got a little poem for you. All right.
Hold
on.
Who has heard the poem called The Snake?
Y'all want to hear the poem called The Snake? We're going to give this to Marjorie. All right, Marjorie, just listen up.
It's such an incredible job.
This is for you, Marjorie.
All right.
Here it goes.
This was written by Al Wilson a long time ago.
Marjorie, listen up.
And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in.
Sure.
And we know what we're going to have.
But it's for Marjorie.
We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant.
Read it to Marjorie.
So here it is, The Snake.
Here it goes, Marjorie.
It's called The Snake.
It's so funny.
On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake.
So this is about Marjorie Taylor Greene and any Trump supporter out there not understanding that their dear leader right here is the snake. All right, so just listen up, because he was telling you what you were getting into.
His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew.
Orange.
Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you.
Right.
The border.
It's so funny, huh,
Take
Mag?
me in, oh tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman.
Come on, Marjorie.
Sighed the vicious
Sighed Donald Trump. Take me in.
She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived.
Ooh, like you brought him back, after he lost to Joe Biden, remember? MAGA, remember? He got the brakes beat off of him, and he was done for. But you went out there, and y'all actually brought the snake back inside and revived him. Yeah.
Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman. Sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom.
Brought him in.
You're so beautiful, she cried.
Right.
But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died.
Oh. Remember when?
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
That's snake.
So weird.
You hear that? That's snake talk.
What's the favorite
This is
thing
snake talk,
you have
MAGA.
in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
That's snake talk. And every single one of you Trump voters, y'all brought the snake inside with yourselves. Yeah. Poisonous, vicious rattles.
She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite.
Ooh. See what Donald Trump did to you? Doozy, Kimmy, J Bear, all your bears, Snuggles, DJ. Yeah, he's unleashed hell on his supporters. Yeah, it's a funny story to me.
Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman. Sighed the vicious snake. I have saved you, cried the woman.
Marjorie.
And you've bitten me, heavens why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin.
Uh-oh.
You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
Hey! Woo! W Lady Boss. So that is how Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene ended their relationship, ladies and gentlemen. He bit her. And so what we're going to do now is let's go ahead and warm up the Lake of Fire W Camara. Marjorie Taylor Greene has officially been bitten by the snake, and now, yes, she's going to lose her life. Okay, and Donald Trump prophesied it, and she didn't realize it. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Marjorie Taylor Greene, whatever you want to call her, and any Trump voter out there that's still supporting Donald Trump where they belong, straight to hell. W. Rick. My favorite part. Thank you. Yeah.
Silence!
Yeah.
You MAGA demon!
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it is so sad, but this is what is actually happening in the real world. All right, and we got to actually call things out like this now. I'm looking at the time. We got to take care of some very important matters that came up. All right, yeah, and this involves certified MAGA demon behavior. All right, let's see. Okay, so now hold on. Do I want to do this story first? Okay, do I want to do this story first? Oh no, I'll do this one first. All right, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this one first. Okay, so you know, every now and then we have to go into some real current events and call out these MAGA demons, ladies and gentlemen, in real time. All right. And so let's get one of these demons out here, ladies and gentlemen, and deal with him accordingly. All right, hold on. There you go. We have a disgusting, vile, and I bring these stories up because yesterday I was in a live. His name is Dark MAGA Scott, and their thing is they truly try to demonize black people and make us look like we're. His name is Dark MAGA Scott, and their thing is they truly try to demonize black people and make us look like we're the biggest criminals in the country, even though we're only 13% of the population according to the last number I looked at, right? And so what I do make us look like we're the biggest criminals in the country, even though we're only 13% of the population according to the last number I looked at, right? And so what I do is we call it out as we see it. The real criminals, the real vile human beings, all right? And we're going to get to them and address them accordingly, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, okay, wow, yeah, it is freezing. I don't know what's going on, but it is TikTok, or maybe it's me. All right, so we're going to listen to a story about a certified demon. And this is a trigger warning, all right? It's a man accused of just horrible crimes involving children. All right, but it's a MAGA demon, all right?
Lost its twinkle. What are the odds that it would be the first bulb you checked?
Bear with me.
Holidays are literally...
You know, when you hit play on
something. That luck forward with gifts they'll...
Hold up. We're going to get this going, ladies and gentlemen. Here it goes. And then we're going to go straight to judgment.
In Bullitt County, investigators are searching for a man accused of child sex crimes.
And they're hoping that someone will come forward with information. Earlier today, Jamie spoke with the sheriff about the efforts to find him.
If we don't protect our children, then what are we? That is the most precious commodity that we have, is our children.
Bullitt County Sheriff Walt Scholler says it's crucial they find this man, 48-year-old John Kevin Taylor, who's accused of child sex crimes and on the run. Scholler says in April, the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office received information from a report filed by Child Protective Services, alleging Taylor molested a child under 12 years old. He was later charged with sexual abuse of a child under 12, possession of child pornography, and tampering with physical evidence.
Wow.
Court documents say after he was arrested, he posted his $75,000 cash bond.
We subsequently developed further evidence that led us to charge him with...
How are you, MAGA? How are y'all allowing these demons to post a bail and bail out? You hear them all over the news. I go on to Elon, and they got all these black guys that have done crimes against white women in the country, and clearly we denounce that. Lock them up. But they're making it as if the only crimes going on in America are by black men. And I go, well, see, you're not telling the whole truth. Because I actually believe it's by men in general, right? Men in general are violent. And that's why I do some of the work that I do to help men understand. You got to knock it off and don't go for the manipulation out there. And you get confused that being an alpha male is okay. No, being an alpha male is disgusting, all right? Period. And we can have conversations about that. But the other side of this story is you got a bunch of MAGA demons out here harming children. Donald Trump won't release the Epstein files, right? They won't release the Epstein files. And even today, I have conservative women and conservative men still defending Donald J. Trump. And what I want to say to you is every day that you all continue to defend Donald Trump, stories like this will continue to happen because you're not drawing a line in the sand and showing that it's a zero tolerance when it comes to this. You're always trying to make excuses. Every time you make an excuse, I'm talking to the conservative women. Every time you make an excuse for Donald Trump, you might as well give that excuse to your significant other. All right? So if you don't think it's acceptable for your significant other to do it, then why on earth do you think it's acceptable for Donald Trump to do it? And quit lying and acting like it's okay. He's not in the Epstein files. This is what he's not in the Epstein files. Are you kidding me? We just got a treasure trove. Over 23,000 emails. Trump's name is in half of them. Pam Bondi went and talked to him back in May. The man is the files. And you'll still get out here at the expense of your family, your community, and the nation, actually, and defend Donald Trump and keep encouraging demons like this to go out here and do ungodly things to children. And so with that, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. What's this demon's name, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, yeah, his name is John Kevin Taylor, 48 years old in Kentucky. Let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire and send him, along with the people out here still supporting Donald Trump, even though they know his name's all over the Epstein files. Join me in sending them where they belong. Where are you sending them, Zeus? To the bottom. Bottom of where? Of the pits of hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
It gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. I think I could get it. Maybe I'll find it on another. Yeah. Okay, hold on. There's more to this. All right. There's more to this. All right, hold on. Oh, I know where it's at. I know where I got it. There's another story we got to get out there, ladies and gentlemen. Another story. It involves these MAGA demons. And notice their color, right? Notice their color. These aren't black men. No, these ain't black men. Nah, these are people that,
Here's why you
dwell in dark places. All right, let's see if I got the. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there we go. We got some more. Too bad TikTok doesn't allow me to squeeze it into. Let's see. There we go. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can get them up there. These suspects right there. These disgusting, vile demons. All right.
Switch from Google to DuckDuckGo.
Oh, yeah.
DuckDuckGo comes with a built-in search engine like Google, but it's private.
So the story is two Texas men have been charged in an alleged plot to invade a Haitian island and unalive the male residents and enslave the women and children as their slaves. And you saw this one? Yeah, and we're gonna get to it because when you hear these kind of stories, they're slaves. You saw this one? Yeah, and we're going to get to it because when you hear these kind of stories, this is what I say. Don't fall for the narrative that it's just people of color.
Texas men, federal prosecutors say were planning to travel to an island in Haiti to kill the men and turn the women into sex slaves. Dr. Alex Del Carmen calls it the most bizarre case he's seen in his entire career.
Well, this is a very unusual case, right?
According to a federal indictment, 21-year-old Gavin Weisenberg from Allen and 20-year-old Tanner Thomas from Argyle had been plotting to invade Gonave Island with a population of 87,000, which is part of Haiti. Prosecutors say Weisenberg and Thomas planned to invade the island by sailboat, heavily armed, using homeless people they would enlist from Washington, D.C. to murder the men on the island, take control of the territory, and then turn the women into sex slaves. Prosecutors say Thomas prepared for the attack by enlisting in the Air Force for military training into sex slaves. Prosecutors say Thomas prepared for the attack by enlisting in the Air Force for military training, and Weisenberg enrolled in a fire training academy but later flunked out. Both men are accused of manufacturing child pornography by manipulating and exploiting a juvenile. I talked to Del Carmen about the wild and highly implausible scheme.
I think it's more than just talk, right? So typically what federal prosecutors will do is they're going to look at what sort of planification, took place, and whether or not there was an intent. And in addition to the intent, whether these individuals had the capability of doing this. And all of these elements of the crime are present in this particular case.
But in a statement to Fox 4 News, the attorney for Gavin Weisenberg said, "I encourage everyone to hold their horses and stay tuned. An indictment is simply an allegation. And while there is some truth to the allegations, I believe that it will become clear what actually did not, and could not have happened." If your initial response to the government's press release was, "That sounds crazy, impossible, and absurd," you might be onto something.
I've seen a lot, but I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, and neither have I. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. It's judgment time. And again, none of this would be happening in America at the level that it's happening if the MAGA demon would simply stop looking for people to occupy and engage in just some of the most barbaric acts out there. And the MAGA demon won't stop because a lot of you have allowed yourselves to become vessels of transgression, and I'm the one that can help get the demon out of you, all right? So you come onto this show, and you let me do what I need to do, all right? Because I know I'm not talking to the person that I should be talking to. I'm talking to the MAGA demon, all right? And so what we're going to do is this, ladies and gentlemen. We got two MAGA demon white guys. They want to leave Texas and get in a sailboat, go to Haiti, and get rid of the men. And they said there's a population of 87,000 people they got it, and they just think they're going to be able to do what they did back in the day when America was colonized. It just shows you how evil the souls of a lot of these people has become, ladies and gentlemen. And so honestly, nothing else really needs to be said other than this. Join me in warming up the lake of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send once again these white MAGA males that are allowing the MAGA demon to convince them to do things like bring ICE into the house, bring ICE into your country and let them quote unquote get rid of the criminals, only to find out they only got rid of your wife and do other things like, you know what? Go ahead and harm children, because guess what? The illegals, the immigrants, they're the problem, not these crazy white guys out here. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's a huge W, Zeus. All right. Now let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. We concluded the first part of the show. I don't know how we were able to pull it off with all the technical difficulties, but we've been rocking and rolling. Who knows what's going on right now? I'm starting to think it's on my end, to be honest with you, but thank you all for bearing with me. And now it is time to engage in some meaningful conversations and meaningful dialogue with those of you who are truly brave enough to get in the box and have honest conversations about what's happening in America. You know what I'm going to do? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that the economy is doing great, because a lot of us already understand it's not. And MAGA, the whole little thing about trying to explain how things that are going on in the world aren't really as they are, right? You know how you like to go and look at what the Bureau of Labor Statistics say about this, Zeus. Egg prices have came down. Oh, gas prices have came down. That means the economy is great. I want MAGA to understand this. None of us buy that. All right. At best, the Democrats already did that with Joe Biden, and we see it didn't work. So don't try it with us. All right. We're not new to this. We're true to this. We're not buying that our utility bills are going to be going down to half with 2 months, or actually less than 2 months left in the year. Donald Trump said by the end of the year, our utility bills would be cut in half, and they haven't been. Donald Trump's presidency is a failure at best. And this thing he's got going on with Ukraine, I don't even want to entertain that, because the plan that he's using came from Russia. And, you know, Vice President Kamala Harris said it during the debate. He doesn't have a plan to help Ukraine. He has a plan to help Russia. His plan is going to be a surrender for Ukraine. And we're not going to stand for that. W. Zeus. I can't think of, honestly, and I was thinking to myself, has Donald Trump actually done anything since he's gotten into office that is actually helping everyday Americans? And the answer that I came to is no. You could even find, honestly, you could find something Trump probably did that would generally I might say, you know what, that actually might help people, right? For instance, I could say, in the big, beautiful, or actually it's the big, ugly bill, you put something in there. If you get an auto loan for an American car, you could write off the interest. I would say, you know what, that could be considered good if the rest of the bill wasn't such a disaster. So if you do one good thing and then 120,000 bad things, do we really give you credit for doing something good? Absolutely not. Donald Trump has no record of doing anything, and I mean this, anything to help us Americans. Everything Donald Trump is doing is designed to help himself and his billionaire buddies, and the jig is up, MAGA. The jig is up. So don't get in here and try to spin a narrative. I mean, and again, you start thinking, what foundation does MAGA have to stand on today? Right? W jazzing it up. You've lost Charlie Kirk. You blame the Democrats for that. It wasn't us. It was you. The Butler incident, you blamed us for it. It wasn't us. It was you. All right. You've lost Marjorie Taylor Greene. You've lost Thomas Massey. Rand Paul. I've never seen so much losing going on in my life. And then we find out all the people you've been following, because you ask MAGA, where do you get your news from? And they never would tell us where they got their news from, right? They laugh at us if we say CNN, MSNBC. Oh, you shouldn't use that. But Fox got found, with the whole Dominion thing. Fox was actually fined for lying, right? And then we found out over the weekend, all of y'all have been listening to fake accounts. Foreigners. MAGA has been listening to foreigners. Think about the way Putin has delivered this crushing blow to you, MAGA. For 10 years, you have been buying the lies of foreigners, Nigerians, Russians, people from China, and you get your ignorant behinds on the internet shouting America first on a Chinese app. I've never seen ignorance amplified at this high of a level. Y'all are proud to be ignorant. What kind of example are you setting for the next generation? When you get up here with your 2 brain cells firing, and it's not even a full charge 2 brain cells. The one snag tooth hanging out of your mouth. Where are you calling from? Somewhere in the hills of America, Zeus, barely getting Wi-Fi. And let me tell you something. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Donald Trump is a great man, Zeus. Get yours. It really just disturbs me. Y'all really don't think you need food to survive. Because you've convinced yourself it's only black people or immigrants getting those benefits. Then you go, oh, I don't got any benefits. No, and I got to reapply. Why do I got to reply? Because you're not that intelligent. Just keep letting Donald Trump grift you. Let him keep committing crimes. Let him keep getting away with not giving us answers about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, MAGA. And then keep believing in the whole, one day Trump is going to come on over and deliver us from all this suffering. He's not. If he was genuinely concerned about you, you know what he would have done with these grocery prices? Right? You cried. The prices, Zeus, under Joe Biden, everything just went up. They said, and they cried. Donald Trump got into office. The best you have is, well, inflation is not as high as it was under Joe Biden. Okay, but what does that mean when you're supposed to be bringing down the grocery prices? Right? In my mind, I would have imagined, let's just say, back then when, before C-19 happened and the 30% of inflation thing kicked in, you go to the store, you spend $100, you get a whole basket load of groceries. That's what it was like. Now you go to the grocery store, you get maybe 50%. And you're saying, well, Trump's doing a great job, even though I'm only getting 50%, because at least the inflation isn't as high as it was under Joe Biden. You all have lost your mind. Host has a savior complex. Hoodlum, I don't have a savior anything. I have a zero tolerance for your ignorance. And again, you're bashing me. I'm not the one pulling the purse strings in this country. All right, Hoodlum, name one thing Donald Trump has actually successfully delivered on. You can't even say the border anymore. You can't even say the border. Anymore. Name one thing, Hoodlum, that Donald Trump has successfully delivered on. Can anyone in the comments section? 21.5% inflation under Biden. D. Will, do you have any kind of receipts right now, D. Will, to back up what you're saying? Because honestly, it's just disgusting. That's all you have. People are out here suffering, D. Will, and I ask you a simple question. So Hoodlum and D. Will, let me go ahead and do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the MAGA male species once again demonstrating their lack of intelligence, and they're proud to be ignorant as long as they can hate Joe Biden and be wrong. Join me in sending Hoodlum and D. Will where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Hey, go ahead and say this to D. Will, Tiny Tank Top Tim, Hoodlum again.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
How do y'all let Donald Trump talk about you like that and religiously go out here and vote for him and still support him? How do you do that? WCC, thank you. And honestly, I tried and I've tried to get them to give me an answer that makes sense. And I've searched high and low and I've never had a solid answer that's made sense except this guy up here that we played earlier when he said he was being, what did he say? He said, this is the most honest answer. I was an idiot. And it really isn't you were, you still are. Yeah. Let's go to the box, ladies and gentlemen. These people are crying. These people are crying. Let me open up the box. Oh my goodness. Why am I having technical difficulties? Okay. All right. Let me bring up my first panel. I can't even open it up on this one. All right. Good morning, brother Jesse. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Zeus. What's going on?
Another day in the kingdom trying to tend to the affairs, but obviously we're striking a lot of chords out here with a lot of these folks. What about you?
I'm doing good. I saw you on a live last night, and we got to talking, so I figured I'd come by and say hi.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Did you want to at least continue to make the point you were trying to make? And it was a very good point about how black people can't be racist, but a lot of the white people can be racist. Something like that, right?
Yeah. So, white people are the only people who are racist, and it's because white people created race, right? It's a social construct. Race, if you break the word down, ism is a system, so the social construct, it's backed by a system that we have created. It's from around 1450, and we indoctrinated white people to believe that we were somehow biologically more sound. We had a better ability to create civilization.
Are you there, Jesse? Hold on.
Anyways, sorry about that.
You gotta go, or you still?
And then anyway, so I've done this research and I try to challenge white people to believe these things, and it's hard because you white people have always been told how great we are, and this indoctrination to believe that white people are born better. You try to give these statistics, and they get upset when you tell them that even white children are inherently racist, and they don't get it. They don't understand how white kids have benefited from racial biases in the healthcare system and the environmental systems, and that's why we let white men go. And I bring up statistics all the time, Zeus. I say, you go to the Department of Justice website, you'll see that white men, for all of our violent crimes, 49% of them that are convicted, they don't even receive a sentence, Zeus. They go back into the public, and we have the highest recidivism rates of rape and child pornography. I mean, you just talked about it on your show.
Yeah.
So it's about deconstructing as a white person and understanding real truths, and that's what I do. I have a Discord link for anyone who's white and wants to hear more about this. I welcome you to click on my profile, join my Discord. Me and Tic Tac is another creator on this live. We're both kind of communists in a way. I don't label myself full communist, but white people have to go radical if we're going to make some real changes around here. So if you're up to it, if you're white, you want to hear more about this, how white people are the only people who can experience racism, please click on my profile and go to my Discord. And I have a deconstructing corner is what I call it. You're more than welcome to check it out. And white people have to change this. We're 59% of the population. We have the highest average age. And we're not reproducing as fast as we used to, right? This is why they sent CK in to tell white women to have more white babies, So if we don't fix this, Zeus, then eventually we won't need to be around, because according to studies, we're losing population percentage by the day. I mean, by 2033, we're supposed to be under 50%. So, it's if you want to be a white person who truly fights for equality, truly fights for liberty, deconstructing and taking some accountability is where you should go. And so you're more than welcome to reach out to me. So I appreciate it, Zeus.
You're welcome. And so let me ask you an honest question. What's the main kind of vibe you get when you confront, your counterpart, the white guys, especially about this? I know yesterday we had, white women and white men enraged at you for saying that. What's the vibe you normally get when you call them out and say these things to them? What do they usually react like?
Well, they call you a white savior, right? And I want to make this completely clear, Zeus. I don't like white saviors, right? Because what happens is when a white person hears this information I'm giving them, they feel guilty, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're born white, so you're going to have to get over that guilt. And the thing is white people don't need to help other communities. Other communities are completely competent. They know what to do. We don't need to go in and say, well, what can we do to help you? No, it's what can we do to help white people? If we lead in every percentage of crime, white men lead 71% of rapes are done by white men. 81% of all child pornography is done by white men. 67.1% of all the sexual offenses are done by white men. So we don't need to help other communities. What we need to do is get over the fact that we're white and fix it. We're the biggest population, so naturally our country will be a safer place if white men stop committing crimes. It's just about accountability,
Jesse, now I didn't twist your arm and make you say these things. You've done all this work on your own. Am I correct? Or did anyone twist your arm and make you start saying this?
No one's twisted my arm, and I've came a long way. I've been on this show. I came on the show about 3 months ago. I used to be in law enforcement. I work in victim advocacy now.
Yeah.
And so, no, it's a journey that it takes a long time. I've been listening and unwinding for about 3 years. And just recently I decided to, get on here and start talking to white people. And it's amazing to see, I time every guest on how quickly it takes for them to mention the word black or black people. And it's about 37 seconds.
Or Democrats, or the word Democrat, because Democrat is synonymous with black these days. You know that, right? That's how I've recognized that. Wow. Yeah.
And I try to get them to just stay on white people, and they can't do it. We have been indoctrinated to hyperfixate on black people. It's just what we do as white. It's our nature. White men have always done this. They blame their problems on black men, and then that's more in particular now. Now we're blaming it on the immigrants.
Yeah.
Anytime a white person loses a job, it's never because of them. It's always because of someone from another race, and so we have to release ourselves of those biases, and it's impossible. Like you've been indoctrinated to where it'll always be there, but the deconstructing and the taking of the accountability will help you along the way to where we can start fixing your own communities.
Amen.
I make it completely clear. We don't need to go into other communities. If you feel like you're guilty, don't be a white savior. We don't need those. What we need is white people to go into our own communities and hold our own selves accountable. We don't have time. And I'm going to say this, Zeus, and I'll go. I give an analogy all the time to the white people who listen.
Go ahead, give it to them.
And white people, we're all in a boat and we're sinking. Okay, we're about waist full of water. Okay, we have the white conservatives who are standing in the water just yelling at a boat full of black men saying, "Fix your boat. You're bad people."
Yeah.
Then you got the white saviors who are reaching out to black people, asking to get on our boat to save them like they need it. And they're going to sink our boat faster. And then we have the deconstructing white men looking at all the white men on our boat and saying, can you guys stop talking about other people for once and help us out? Stop talking about saving other communities. Stop talking about how bad other communities are. Just fix our own.
Yeah.
So our country can be a better place.
Wow. W, Jesse. Jesse, and I don't know what happened, but I got a violation saying that gifts can't be sent for 10 minutes. I don't know what you all are doing to the gifts on TikTok, but W to the chat. I don't know what you all are doing. Gifts suspended for 10 minutes. This behavior is not in line with our policies. Yeah, I've never seen this kind of thing happen before, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, but Jesse, I want to say thank you. I think you broke TikTok over here today. All right, now
I apologize for that.
It is what it is, because honestly, what's equally as valuable, all right, is what you are saying, and I do honestly appreciate you being able to come up here with the courage and conviction to say what needs to be said, especially in the spaces you frequent, all right? Because a lot of what you said, honestly, it just made sense as you were saying it to me, all right?
100%, man. I appreciate you letting me come up. Again, if you're a white person and you're wanting to deconstruct or understand more about what I'm saying, it's not about hating who you are. We're white. We didn't pick who we are. You need to love yourself and love who you are. Mm-hmm. Don't walk around with guilt or shame. or some sort of codependence. Just own who you are and do something about it. So more than welcome to click on my bio and join my Discord, send me a message, and I get to talking to you, because it's about us white people focusing on us and fixing ourselves for once.
Amen.
So,
Amen. All
appreciate
right.
it, man.
I appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat from Jesse. No lies detected. All right. I've never seen, ladies and gentlemen. So obviously we are on, and I appreciate it. Let's see, who do we have up here? Yeah, listen to this demon. Let's see if we can actually have a conversation with the real hoodlum and not the demon. Hoodlum.
What's up?
You sent a request?
I did, yes.
What is it you wanted to mention or say?
Well, I just think that, by doing what you're doing here, it only makes the mega position even stronger. So keep up the good work, for
How?
sure.
So tell me how.
Well, I think that the fact that you bring up the bots, right? Do you think that there's no bots that are on the left? I mean, look at Dean Parker. Perfect example of those two gentlemen. So, the fact that Harry brought up all these supposed accounts that were from outside of the United States, you do realize that he was totally scammed by that, right?
No. So let me
as usual,
so,
no research, all mouth, no research.
Demon, focus. What I called out was the fact that a lot of the engagement on X, and Harry and Parker and Dean, they're just people who are bringing truth. But the reality is, but the reality is it true? You can click on the location feature and it'll show you that information.
Yeah, and you can change that too.
No. So that part is true, right?
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it true that just got rolled out?
Yeah, you can change your location by using a different VPN. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, I totally.
Oh, perfect.
I totally get that, Dean.
Yeah.
Focus. So this happened. No one knew it was coming, and it just randomly happened. And it turns out that a lot of accounts that were branded as MAGA aren't based in the United States. That's a fact. Correct?
That's funny.
Correct?
No.
So you're gonna lie like that? I have screenshots. So the demon never wants to be honest. If you're not gonna have let's just say it was because of the VPN. Okay, their VPNs said they're no longer They have VPNs because you're doing a lot. You're giving them a lot. They are. So what you're saying is they're using VPNs and they're intentionally making the VPN show that they're not in the United States.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, including myself.
Okay. And why would you do that?
Because you get different content, right? You get different information because we as Americans are the most sheltered, propagandized people on this planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense to you.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of people use different countries.
So you can't. How about this? How about this? Wouldn't it just be easier to create another account and have it set up in another country? And that way you could ping pong going back and forth, because anybody with a lick of intelligence would know that that's the right way to go about getting content outside of the United States.
I have a VPN provider that lets me choose the country at will.
And then the second thing is this: I have a VPN.
Will.
Listen, I have a VPN too, and a bunch of Democrats do. And you know what's so interesting? I did the same exercise for some of the accounts for people on the left, and a lot of them were based in the United States. And so what that shows me is that even if you got a VPN, you can make it do anywhere in the United States, and you don't need to go actually be affiliated with Russia. And then the other thing is this: even some of the government accounts, they were actually saying, yeah, they were located in other countries, even though they may have been, started in the United States. So here's what I'm going to say to you. When you find yourself making excuses, I think you should stop.
Okay, well, no. You asked. Hold on. You asked the MAGA in here. Hold on. You asked the MAGA in here to name one thing that Donald Trump has done, right? and I said that you're on the app that Donald Trump made possible and sealed the deal on his trip that he just went to Malaysia with China. and you have TDS so bad that you probably won't even give him that. So go ahead.
So you think I should give Donald Trump some sort of credit for, in your mind, saving TikTok?
Well, that's exactly what he did. So why wouldn't you?
Well, he created the problem from the very beginning.
Mhm.
So why would I
That's-
give him credit for trying to put out the fire? Let's see. Okay,
Did Congress pass the bill?
We have reviewed your live content and confirmed that gifting is not. Oh my gosh, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
you can't advertise for other people on
Yeah.
on
Okay.
Discord,
Okay.
bro.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's
so
a
what
violation of TO. Yeah.
No. So what I'll say is this, Hoodlum. It's a disgusting thing that you would still get up here and try to act like, for instance, Donald Trump saving TikTok is somehow a reason for us to start worshiping him. Because you know what I've always said.
That's not what I said.
Then what did
I
you
answered
say?
your question. You said name one thing that he has done that's good. Do you think that this app is good? This is how you eat, right? This
No.
is how you make your money?
Wrong.
Yes, you make money on this app. Don't lie.
Oh, I didn't say I don't make any money, but that's not how I end up eating. That's a big difference. All right. So you don't know my business, and I'll say this.
Uh-oh.
I'll say this.
Defensive.
I'll say this. No, I'll say this. When I said that even if Donald Trump does something good, whatever it is, it's outweighed because of all the bad stuff he's doing. Right.
Well, yeah, that's
And
because you're propagandized.
listen to what I'm
cult member.
saying. Can you please listen? He's not bringing the grocery prices down. Our utility bills are going up. A lot of people I talk to. So any kind of money you would think people are making, all of it's going right out of the window because of his bad economic policies.
I beg to differ.
No, we could talk about the tariffs. We could talk about mass deportation.
Yeah.
All of these things are
Saw
actually
a
causing
lot of Supreme Court wins, buddy. 21 of them to be exact. But yes, he's unlawful is what you're going to say next. Dude, listen, your narrative is so fucking tired. It's like dried up spaghetti on the wall.
All right.
Nothing
Well,
stuck.
so let me say this to you then, since you believe that it's so tired. What do you do for a living?
I own businesses,
What kind of businesses?
service-oriented businesses.
Okay. And in those service-oriented businesses, how much have you made since Donald Trump? Has your profits doubled or tripled since Trump came down, since he won the election?
They're the same. I have 35%.
So you're doing just as so if anything, you're doing the same as you were doing under Joe Biden?
Joe Biden made my materials productions cost rise substantially, which I in turn passed on to the customers.
So you're ripping off your customers now.
No, I'm not ripping off. When the cost of production goes up, that means that things go up.
No,
too.
you
It's
were supposed to
basic
eat the
economics.
cost. You're supposed to eat the cost. And again,
No,
once
sir.
again, you're just showing me, Hoodlum, that you really don't understand how things are for Americans.
Is that the best you got?
Donald
Is that
Trump,
the best you got?
Well, Donald Trump's poll numbers, how are they looking?
Looking great within Republicans.
Do you believe we're the hottest country?
Yeah, we always are the hottest country.
Yeah, okay. I mean, honestly, the demon got the stronghold over you, Hoodlum. And what we'll say is this. If you look at the audience, a lot of people have showed you Trump's poll numbers. It's just amazing that you're ignorant of it.
Yeah, well, Jesus is king.
Can you
of all kings.
can you tell me what the inflation
Jesus Christ,
is today?
your Lord and Savior.
Hold on. What's the inflation today?
It's like 3.1%.
I thought it was supposed to be lower. Why is it so high?
Listen,
Why is it so high?
It's not high.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's higher than it was when he first came in.
Let's do simple math.
So
Can we do simple math?
so why is it so
Can
high?
I do simple math with you? Can I
don't
do
got
simple
any-
math? Okay, cool.
You don't
So
got any
is-
answers. Let me ask you this. What is Donald Trump's plan?
I'm answering your question, but yet again, you don't want answers.
I just need an answer. I asked you why is it so
Mm-hmm.
high?
It's not high. 9.1% is high.
That's a lie, and that's a lie. That's number one.
It's actually like a 50-year high. to be
Okay,
honest with you.
okay. So here we go. We're going down. The next thing I wanted to ask you is, what do you think about Americans being detained by ICE? I just played a clip of it for you. How do you think that resonates with the American people?
I think that the Supreme Court has clearly stated that ICE can use somebody's race as a reason to detain and investigate. And I think that every single United States citizen and or naturalized person should have their information on them.
Yeah, but I'm asking about American citizens being detained by ICE.
Well, that's because they didn't have their information on them.
Oh, so you believe it's acceptable for And actually, in the case that I provided, the woman, she landed in Chicago airport after a funeral and ICE detained her. She had her information on her. So that's another lie, hoodlum. And this
Called
just,
an investigative detainment.
no, hoodlum. This falls right in line with everything MAGA represents. Of
course it does.
I haven't heard you honestly say one thing that's honest. All right, and
Of course not.
And it's disgusting.
But you're the arbiter of truth, right?
I am.
Exactly.
All right. That's because I have
that's
to bring.
very narcissistic behavior, don't you think?
No.
No?
Did you vote for a narcissist?
I did.
Okay, so then what is the issue if I am a narcissist? Why is it a problem? Oh, I get it's because I'm black. It's
No,
I'm
you're
black.
not.
All
the
right, that's a huge
president.
W, Zeus. So I caught him being racist. I caught him being a racist.
This is comical.
And he thinks he's
79
intelligent.
million people didn't vote for you, and you're not the president. That's why.
What?
You're nobody. That's why.
You think I'm nobody?
You're not the president, and 79 million people didn't vote for you.
Okay, let me ask
why.
you a question. Let me ask you. Did I
But
ever run?
You can
Hoodlum,
run
did I
to
run?
race because that's what you guys.
Hoodlum, did I ever run to be the president of the United States? I mean, it's one thing to actually respond to what I'm saying.
You would never get past the primary.
Yeah, it's one thing. Hold on. And what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, this is a masterclass of just showing you MAGA really has nothing else to offer. He's been in the box the whole time and has said a whole lot of words, but none of it's been true. It's a bunch of nothing, and it's not addressing the immediate issues that are going on in America right now. He's still living in 2024. Oh, Donald Trump won. Well, didn't we just have some off-cycle elections and we got special elections going on, and Republicans aren't performing that well? You're losing support. All right, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Trader Greene, she's defected from the cult. All right, you see what Thomas Massey had to do to get the Epstein files released. Americans are continuing to suffer right now. And the best you got is, I guess he has some sort of fictitious business, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you suffering?
He believes is successful.
Hold on.
Absolutely.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Tell me.
Yeah.
How are you suffering? Tell me.
I'll tell you. Because
How
I
are
have
you
to
suffering?
I have to deal with ignorant people like you, Steve.
No. Besides getting on here and asking for people to come talk to you that you now play the victim because of, what else are you struggling with? Go ahead, tell me.
Hoodlum, I just said it. What did I just say?
That you're struggling because you have to talk to people like me.
You left out the word ignorant.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Ignorant. Sure.
Yeah. All right. So,
Does that make you feel good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
That's what this is all about. This is about your ego and nothing else. It's not about facts. It's about spreading a narrative.
What have I lied about? Okay, let me ask you a question. If you can prove I lied about it, I'll actually apologize. Name one thing that I've covered today that I lied about. Was it a lie when I played the story about the man, the white guy that's in Virginia that did unimaginable crimes to children? You think that's a lie?
No, I think that's probably true.
Okay, so do you think it is a lie that RFK wrote those love letters to Olivia Nissy?
I have no purview of that.
Do you think it was a lie when the man, the old Trump voter, he's a 3-time Trump voter, and he said that Donald Trump detained his wife at the airport? Do you think that is a lie?
Detainments at airports happen all the time. That's probably true.
Okay, so what have I lied about?
Well, Thomas Massey, for one, he's upset because he didn't get enough cuts in the big, beautiful bill. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is upset because she was promised a position in the cabinet that she did not get, right? Okay. And so she's not running because she knows that her political career is over. Why is that political career over? Because she is upset with Donald Trump because she didn't get the cabinet position.
Let me ask.
It's very clear, bro. Open up your eyes.
Do you know Marjorie personally?
Why would I need to know her personally?
Well, you're making a lot of statements. I'm trying to validate where they came from.
I go to meetings. I know what's going on.
Do you know her personally?
No.
Do you know Donald Trump? Do you know Trump personally?
I met him.
Okay. Well, do you think you know him more than Marjorie does?
I would argue that she has more access.
Yeah. So who do you think I would believe actually has a more in-depth understanding about what's going on right now?
You think she's going to tell you the truth? No, absolutely not.
She resigned, correct?
She is not.
She submitted her letter. She submitted her resignation. Right?
Great.
And she was a Trump voter. She was a Trump voter, right?
Yeah, maybe Georgia can get somebody that actually reflects conservative perspectives. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen up, hoodlum. I've ran out of things to say to you. Honestly, it's been
All right.
unintelligent talking to you.
Well,
And it's
have
judgment
fun
time.
storming the castle, buddy.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's Hoodlum, a MAGA demon. He has nothing else to offer, ladies and gentlemen, other than just blind loyalty to Donald Trump, trying to get me to say and do things to get the live taken down, but we're not going to let him. Hoodlum, do me a huge, huge favor. Join me, ladies and gentlemen, in sending Hoodlum where he belongs. Where you sending him, Zeus? Straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Let me ask the audience, because now that that demon's out of the box, is there anyone out there that actually believes what Hoodlum is saying is true? Does anyone out there believe that Donald Trump is truly delivering on all those campaign promises and that we're actually doing a lot better now that Donald Trump is in office? Is there anyone out there that believes Hoodlum? W to the chat. It's really bizarre trying to engage folks like that when everything they're saying is not grounded in reality. And you go, how do you get to a place where just everything is not grounded in reality? And then the things that I'm pressing him on, he makes excuses for it. And this is what I'm saying. A lot of you that are finding yourselves out there that voted for Donald Trump, the moment you feel you have to make an excuse for him, that's a sign that you're really in a bad situation, because you really shouldn't have to make these kind of excuses if he was really doing his job. All right, who do we got next? Oh, look at this. Look at this. I haven't heard from Brother Val in a while. Good morning, Brother Val. Nice to see you.
What's up, sir?
The sky, but not Donald Trump's poll numbers, by the way. How have you been?
Yeah, those aren't going up.
Well, the last guest said they're going up, and so
yeah. Hoodlums suffers a disease. It's called "I can't see past my hand" disease. So when you make stupid statements like the cost of my goods were higher under Joe Biden, that's a pretty stupid statement, because if it was early in Joe Biden's career, he could not do anything about inflation, worldwide inflation, if that's what you're talking about. But by the end of his presidency, sir, everything was down. He'd gotten rid of tariffs that were causing things to go up that, Trump reinstated. So if you're trying to say your products have stayed the same, but over the course of this presidency so far, in just a little under a year, you're lying to yourself.
Val, there you go. But it does say something now when MAGA is literally trying to do the same thing we were doing when Biden was in office, and it was an issue with, inflation was a real issue when Biden was in office, and I was there with you. Didn't we try to explain to people, why the inflation was happening and things like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, supply chain issues and everything like that are going to create inflation, and that's perfectly fine. I really don't know that we're getting real inflation numbers now, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I don't think 3.1 is a reflection of the inflation that the country is feeling right now. I think it's closer to 4 or 5%.
Wow.
And based on groceries, based on, things that we're seeing, based on products going up that are coming in, based on coffee, beef, you know what I'm saying? All the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I think the inflation numbers are being fudged a little, let's say. And, and the fact that we haven't gotten real information from, the Department of the Bureau of Labor and Statistics is even more disturbing.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why we haven't got it, is because those numbers will start, if those numbers come through, it'll start to reflect.
Yeah.
Employment numbers are, we know they're dismal. And
unemployment rate is at what, 4.1%, correct?
Right. And I don't think that's correct.
You think it's worse?
Yeah, I think it's worse. And that's, what I'm saying? It's based on reality of what you see going on around you, and people that in companies that are putting out layoffs. There's no way that number's correct. And then you've got the worst situation of it all. There's not enough jobs, and this is the first in a long time, people. There's not enough jobs out there for people to get new jobs.
Wow.
Okay, that's, you know what I'm saying, that is the largest problem.
Mm.
And when you go through these type of situations in this country, you know, we need, you know, that's why you see things like what happened, you know, 3 weeks ago. That's why you see the Democrats run a sweep.
Yeah.
Okay. I want anybody to go back and actually tell me in an off-term election when a party ran a sweep.
Mm. You hear that?
I have yet to find it.
Hoodlum, listen up. We're telling you information you should go look into, all right? And stop believing these right-wing accounts that we all know have ties to these foreign countries.
Right. I mean, these are the things that people are seeing, and these are the people. And during that off election, I want people to remember this: 75% of independents voted to the Democratic Party. That's telling. You had an election in California that 12% of Republicans voted to redistrict.
Wow. Wow.
You have a state that should have been an easy redistricting plan for Republicans in Indiana.
Yeah.
They said no.
You hit your wagon to Donald Trump, it's a recipe for failure. It's a recipe for disaster and destruction.
Right. And that, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that are really going on around you. So you can come up here and claim, you know, people like Hoodlum can come up here and claim wins. There is no win. And the stupidest statement of all, Hoodlum, the dumbest thing you said through that whole thing is when you tried to use VPNs as an excuse for Russian propaganda.
So he makes an excuse for believing the lies for 10 years. That's the best. That's the best defense. For 10 years, I believed this lie because they wanted access to news outside of the United States, so they used a VPN. Wow.
Yeah, that's the, you know what I'm saying? That's the
I've never
dumbest
heard
thing
that.
I've ever heard. I mean, most of us got VPNs because of TikTok. Oh, and then there was another stupid thing. You wanted to say that Donald Trump saved TikTok. You want Democrats to give credit to the person that originally went after TikTok. Okay? Because he didn't like that they didn't cover him as much. Okay? You want us to give credit to him for that. All the way to this point that we are today, where it has been sold to a Republican, far right-wing Republican controlled entity. That is what you want us to give credit to.
They're so desperate. They're so desperate to give Donald Trump some sort of victory on something that they go to the lowest levels of desperation. It's disgusting.
Right. These are the things that we come up here and have to listen to from far right wing. And Hoodlum, this is what I really want you to know. At this point, you are the minority.
W Val. And can you break that for him, because he thought you might have been calling him black or a person of color when you said that. You want to break that?
Sir, you're the political. You are the political minority. You are the political pariah. Okay? You are the person that people look at right now that goes out and spews the information that you try to spew and walks away and goes, "Who was that dumbass?"
See, he could say it. Val could say it. The guest could say what I can't say. I'm already on, thin ice with this app. But you're right. That's how I listened to him. And I said, wow, could you believe it? He could be possibly in a relationship with somebody spewing this nonsense. He said he runs a business. Could you imagine doing business with somebody that just isn't even honest about what's really going on?
I mean, he said that a lot, right? He said that he does service businesses for people and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what that is. I don't deny that he might be in some kind of
it's grinder
business.
Related. It's grinder related. And I don't
know
want
what
to
that
expose
is.
him.
But sir, when I start to question that is when you make stupid statements like my supplies were lower. They're about equal now as they were under Biden, and that's what you said. You did say that.
Yeah, he did.
And sir, that would be false. That would be a false statement all the way around.
Yeah.
We do know under Trump's first term, at the end of his first term, supplies were going up in great, especially for service industries, because most of the things you work with are wood, metal, steel. You know what I'm saying? Aluminum, some sort of material, right? We do know that all materials under his first term, at the end of his first term, went up due to tariffs. And we know that has been implemented again, and they've gone up again. So to make that statement is not just dumb. Math doesn't support it. Simple math. You wanted to try to use simple math earlier.
Yeah.
Simple math doesn't support your claim.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Thank you, Val. Val. I mean, I guess before you go, is there any advice that you have for the forgotten men out there, the forgotten women who might still find themselves supporting Donald Trump in the middle of all this turmoil and pain?
Get out of the bubble. Look both ways. I will call Democrats out just as fast. And people have seen me do it on here.
Yeah.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't get out of the bubble. Okay. Look, you know what I'm saying? Look beyond, look for the stories, try to read, find your sources, see where the stories came from, and read the whole story.
Yeah.
We had a guy come into a live the other day, and this is a perfect example of this. He came in claiming turkeys were down 16% year over year. Okay. It took us all of 2 seconds to find what he was reading. Okay. 16 turkeys are being sold in stores at about a 16% lower level than they were last year.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a big difference.
Okay. But hold on. This gets worse. But turkeys itself are not going down.
Right.
The companies are using turkeys as a loss leader. Okay. If you don't know what a loss leader is something that a company takes a loss on, so you will buy other things that actually cost more than they should. Okay. To make up the difference. Okay. Turkeys.
Like bait. It's bait.
It's bait. Exactly. And what a perfect time of the year to do that, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, what a perfect time of the year. But in actuality, turkeys have gone up wholesale by almost 25%. Okay, so they're taking a hit, but they're taking that hit to sell you other things for more money.
Bingo.
The end result, and what I explained to him is what did your entire cart of groceries cost when you walked out of that store? Don't break it down to just your eggs. Don't break it down to just that turkey. What did your entire cart of groceries cost when you left that store? And what you're going to find out is that you're paying anywhere between 5 and 12% more for that entire cart of groceries.
Boom.
So did it really go down?
Nope.
And that was explained in what we're reading him. If he'd have read 2 more sentences.
Can't read, though.
Don't read the headline, people. Read the whole story.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you, Brother Val. All right. We're going to try to get some
you,
more
guys.
people up here. But ladies and gentlemen, let's give Val a huge round of applause. No lies detected. And stop being a turkey.
Stop being a turkey.
That's a good one. Wow. Where any Trump voters out there, anybody out there thinks I'm wrong or Brother Val is wrong and supports Hoodlum, anyone out there, go ahead and identify yourselves. Hopefully we can have some honest conversations. I did see some Zeus haters out there. Someone complaining about the Democrats. And I'm going to try to see if I can get one of them to get up here and get in the box and explain to us where their feelings got hurt at, how their feelings ended up getting hurt. All right. Let's see. If you're a Trump voter, please put a 1 in the chat. Yes, mass blackout. I see it. Mass blackout starts tomorrow. Everyone, no work, no spending, no excuse. All right. F Zeus. It's Democrats. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, let's go. I think we might have found one. It's Democrats. Come on up here. Come on up here real quick. It doesn't take long for me to do this. Yeah, it doesn't take long. Just accept the request. And try to sound at least a a little smarter than Hoodlum, all right, and we might be able to actually get a decent discussion. Yeah, there he goes. There he goes. There's a demon right there. Oh, okay. Olamoron. Good morning. Olamoron. Okay. That must be Spanish. That must be Spanish. You're speaking Spanish. Olamoron. Come on up here. I sent you an invite. It doesn't take long to get up here and display all the intelligence that you possess. All right. There's two of them. Yeah. Ola Moron. Yeah, okay. I guess Ola Moron doesn't want to get in the box. Are you in Nigeria, W. Shay? Hey, Hoodlum, go back to whatever hive you came out of and bring some more of those folks you hang out with. Tell them to come on over here. We just want to hear what MAGA has to say while the ship is sinking. All right. It makes for great content. It makes me laugh every time I listen to a MAGA person. I'll go back and I'll play the lives. And I'll just sit back and laugh at some of the stuff that I hear these Trump voters saying, because I know that they really do believe it. That's the funny part about MAGA. They really do believe this stuff. Like, do you think your dear leader is in the Epstein files? No, he's not in those files. And they really believe it, despite all the overwhelming evidence out there that shows the man is the files. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. All right, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my goodness. All right, let's go. Hi, Nutty.
That was a ominous hello. It was like, what was that? Hi, Nutty.
No,
Like,
I'm
what did
still
I do?
here. I'm surprised you're here. I mean, you normally don't show up on a Monday like this, but it's nice to see you. Seriously.
Always a pleasure, buddy. But I gotta call you out for a second because typically, when people tell the truth, you'll give them credit for telling the truth, even though they're
Yeah.
still horrible people.
Yeah.
You missed it with Hoodlum. So I actually agree with Hoodlum on one of the points that he was making when he was talking about the two-toed sloth.
Oh, okay.
She is a horrible person. The reason he doesn't like her is because she came out against his Lord and Savior. So that's the only reason he's talking negatively about her, which happens to align with the way we feel about her.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving him credit for that, but at least he told the truth. I do want to point out that the right keeps talking about, or the MAGA demons, they keep talking about Nancy Pelosi, and they keep talking about the rich Democrats that are in Congress, right?
Right.
But I want to point out something about the two-toed sloth. And I always tell people, don't believe me, to do what?
Do your research. Look it up.
Fact check me.
Yeah.
When that two-toed sloth entered Congress, she had a net worth of $750,000, which $750 is not nothing to sneeze about.
No.
That ain't nothing to sneeze about because she was a business owner. So that's how much her net worth was. Now that she's leaving Congress, and this is according to the FEC filings. Do you know how much she's worth?
25.
$25 million. On the nose, buddy.
Wow.
$25 million. Here's another thing, Zeus. She's leaving Congress at a great time. Because as evil as she is, as dumb as she is a political genius.
Juggernaut, in a way. She's a juggernaut.
She is. She sees the writing on the wall. She sees the writing on the wall because she was going to be primaried, heavily primaried. The fact that the person that she was giving slob to the knob to has now come out against her, and she's feeling the vitriol of her own party, which is MAGA. Now she wants to cry victim. There's no victimhood here.
You don't think she's a victim?
Absolutely not. She's a victim of her own doing.
Wow.
Because Donald Trump has always been affiliated with the Epstein files. Always, from day one. He's always been affiliated with them. Why is it now that that's her moral clarity? Why wasn't it her moral clarity when she was out there slobbing on his knob? He's always been affiliated with this. So why is it now? She's out there acting as though she's supporting the victims. She's not supporting the victims. The reason why she's on the side that she's on now is because she didn't get a cabinet position. She's butthurt. She's butthurt because that little hole that's in the face behind you that was slobbing on Bubba. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta read. Y'all gotta read.
It's not BS what Nutty is saying. If it was, I'd ask him to stop. It's just funny how he's able to frame it. All right, so if you can't handle it,
I would love to invite Richard up here because I didn't want to say the other word. You know the nickname for Richard. Yeah. I would love to invite Richard up here.
Who's Richard? CD.
Yeah. Since what I'm saying is BS. CD, what do I always say? Don't believe me? Fact check me. Because you don't have to believe what I'm saying, but you cannot dispute government filings. Go to the FEC filings. See how much she was worth when she got into Congress. $750,000. See how much she's worth today. $25 million. So you mean to tell me someone who hasn't gotten one piece of legislation passed in the 4 years that she's been in Congress, you mean to tell me her net worth grew and grew and grew and grew by over 10 times?
But be careful. You're stimulating CD's mind. Be careful how you say that. But
I'm right, because we know it's growing when he looks at Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So I just don't want people to fall for the okie doke. Yeah. She's still not a good person. Stop talking to me about Nancy Pelosi, because here's the thing about Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi was rich before she came into the Congress. Yeah. She was rich before she came into the Congress, y'all. Now, did she become richer in Congress? Absolutely. They all do. And that's not something any of us is condoning. Because the money should be taken out of politics completely. You should get what we give you, and that should be it.
Amen.
So, that brother you had on the panel, the first brother, the Jason dude. Was that his name?
Hoodlum?
Jason? No. Before Hoodlum, Jason.
Oh, Jesse.
Jesse. Now that's one white brother. That's one white brother preacher. That's not preaching. That's not preaching biblical gospel, but preaching the gospel that I can listen to. When a white man who is absolutely fragile in their ego can get up here and to tell white folks to do better, that's what we need more of. That's what we need more of.
It's not fake news. A lot of us, when he spoke, Nutty, it just made sense when we heard him speaking. You know what I mean? And that's when you know it's the truth. It just made sense what he was saying. Don't come over here and start trying to patrol black communities and act like, you know, you genuinely are concerned with violence, black on black violence. And then every time we turn on the TV, the most heinous things in this country seem to be committed by, you, so to speak.
Listen, I'm sitting here at the edge of my chair, Zeus, listening to him. I'm like, brother, where have you been?
Yeah.
Brother from a different mother, where have you been? That's it. Talk to your people. Talk to your people that look like you, that have that little half-inch man dangling between their legs. Talk to them, because they are the problem. You right, Jesse. You are right, brother.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even say brother. I said brother.
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah.
Talk to white men who's committing the crimes. Talk to white men who are telling women what to do with their body.
Yep.
Talk to the people who are the problem. And it's white men who are the problem.
Yeah.
Before I get out of here, Zeus, one more thing I want to say.
Yeah.
There's a woman in Texas who's lost her life. A black woman.
Get out of here.
Her name is Tierra Walker. Tierra Walker lost her life because of the abortion laws that we have on the books now.
Wow.
She lost her life because she needed one and she could not get one. And she lost her life.
Wow.
I need everybody to remember, especially you so-called Christian demons out there. I need you all to understand that's not God's work.
It ain't. Thank you.
A life that could have been saved.
Wow.
because of medical intervention, and she could not get it. She could not get it. So here we are, we're having Tierra Walker, and then the other black woman who was turned away from the hospital when she was pregnant and had her baby in the truck. Wow. When we keep saying there's racism in the medical field, hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
So I don't know her.
Cruel.
But I feel for her family.
Yeah.
I feel for the people who loved her.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Miss Walker. And God love you. I hope her death isn't going to be in vain.
Yeah. Wow.
But get out here and vote, because these midterms are too important. And just in case I don't get back on the panel before Thursday, everyone, please have a wonderful Indigenous People Day. Because remember how Thanksgiving came into fruition?
Yeah.
It was because of genocide. And I know what's that saying, Zeus? If you know better, you do better.
Correct.
Now that I know better, now that I know the history behind the holiday, I'm going to reserve and respect and celebrate the people who lost their lives. So happy Indigenous Peoples Day.
Amen.
To all of you out there.
Happy Indigenous Peoples Day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Nutty. W to all of you in the audience, because again, this is what makes shows like this very important. I mean, you see, we deal with a lot of truth, and occasionally we hear from people who are completely disconnected from reality, who are hell-bent on just injecting evil upon this great country of ours. Yeah. So do we have any more Trump voters out there that want to get up here and get the demon inside of them rebuked and cast out? Identify yourselves in the comment section. All right. And depending on the level of the demon, we'll know what to do. Yeah, Hoodlum, that's you, W. It is Hoodlum demon. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump voter. It won't take long to get you in here and get you out of here. Where are all of my critics and my detractors at right now? The ones that love to worship Donald Trump. Where are you all at? It's so sad. It's so sad, but honestly, it's a sign of joy. It's a sign of victory that we're actually having this much success on TikTok. You know what they say, MAGA? You know what they say, MAGA? This is the hottest live on TikTok. It's the hottest live on TikTok because what we do is we just let MAGA dig themselves into the biggest ditch on the planet as their poll numbers continue to plummet, and then we all get to go back and just laugh at how these people are blindly loyal and remain ignorant, despite the fact that, they're basically on a ship that's sinking. All right. The ship is sinking, MAGA, and you're on it, and you could keep pointing at everybody else, but at the end of the day, you're going down. All right. And Marjorie Taylor Greene knows that. All right. That's why she jumped off the ship. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Takesha, how are you doing this morning? Hey, Takesha.
I said, how you doing?
Oh, how are you doing? I'm doing all right. I didn't hear you the first part.
Well, don't do that, Zeus. Listen.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to disagree with Nut on one thing before I do what I want to do.
Okay.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is a horrible person, but I honestly think she's sincere about them victims. I'm sorry. I don't see fake when I see her with them victims and stuff. I think she's really sincere about those victims. That's the only thing I can give her sincerity for.
But Takesha, I just got another question though. How do you vote for a person that's a convicted felon and found liable?
Because she didn't look at that part like a lot of people didn't. They didn't believe in Jean Carroll. But I think when she got to sit down and talk with them victims, that's when she changed, Zeus. And I'm sorry, ain't nobody gonna change my mind about that. I believe she's sincere about them victims. But is Dame here?
Dame. I don't know. Dame, are you here?
Has anybody seen Dame?
I don't know. Usually he's in here lurking.
Because I really got a question for him. I really want to ask him one question. If he was in here.
I don't think he's here. The devil had him working last night, probably demon time. He's over there probably somewhere trying to get some rest in. Because when you work for the devil like that,
that's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job, W. Takesha. But Dame, Could you tell the demon to, let you come to the kingdom real quick, enter the light, and we'll deal with them.
Somebody's summoning for me. But look, Zeus, you know when I told y'all that Donald Trump ain't running the country?
Yeah.
Don't we have proof of that now? From all this stuff that's going on, you done came up with the peace deal that ain't really the peace deal by us.
Nope.
You thought it was, because guess what? You ain't running the country. Nope. You just holding a piece of paper up saying this the 20. Come on, Trump.
Yeah.
They running it and he just sitting back. He don't know what's going on, Zeus.
You know why? Because there's an issue Donald Trump has, and I honestly wish, Takesha, they would talk about this bulge right there coming out of his pants.
They ain't gonna talk about it, Zeus. They get what they gonna say.
He made like
Get what they gonna say, Zeus.
What's that?
That's a sock the cleaner made a mistake and left in the suit or the pants leg of the suit.
Nah.
You know how your hair static clean and sometimes your sock might end up inside your pants.
Yeah.
That's what they gonna say, Zeus.
Oh. Y'all, they always got an excuse. All right. But
I told them, Zeus, they twist better than Simone Biles. When she up there on the thing, flipping and flapping, they do that better than her when it comes to Donald Trump.
I mean, it looked like he got 2 bags in those legs. That's 2 socks. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, when you could invent an outfit that allows you to just use the bathroom all day long without ever because one side must be for the number 2 and then the other side must be for the number 1. You have to ask, like, who's really running this country? Do you think Donald Trump is running the country, Takesha?
Absolutely not, Zeus. And guess what I took, Zeus? I had to go see my neurologist on Thursday because my condition is a neurological condition.
Okay.
I took that wonderful IQ test that Donald Trump bragged so bad about.
Well, how did you score?
The cognitive test, Zeus. I said it's a cognitive test, Zeus. It has nothing to do with IQ. It's a cognitive test.
Mm-hmm. Did you ace it?
Yeah, I took that Thursday. Aced it.
Okay, all right. W, Takesha. yeah, she aced it. How do you know you aced the cognitive test? I'm just curious.
You don't, Zeus. Zeus, they ask you those questions, you give the answers, Zeus, and they mark it on a chart.
Oh.
Zeus, Trump needs to stop. He really needs to cut it out, Zeus. I can't with him.
You're totally right. Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, but his base, Takesha, they buy it. They think everything he says is true. They think he's healthy, and they believe that we, the Democrats, are the enemies.
Well, they gonna believe that until the day they close their eyes, Zeus, and they gonna still be saying prices going down.
Yeah.
Why they ain't got but a slice of turkey on the table because they couldn't afford the stuff and they went with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go on and go. I just really wanted to ask Dame a question, but since he's not here, I'll try again tomorrow.
Well, we'll get Dame because the devil is always, roaming to and fro. All right, you know what I mean, and he's eventually going to end up back over here, and we'll address them together. All right.
Well, thank you so much, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Takesha. No lies detected. Wow, we having a great show. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, do we have anybody else, any Trump voters out here? Good morning, G-Man. Welcome, G-Man. I haven't heard from you in a while.
I just got off work early, and I'm glad you're on.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this: I'm listening to you on that conservative live earlier the week.
Yeah.
And I hope they listen to this because I like to go behind the scene to hear other people different point of view.
Yeah.
I don't report. I don't snitch. I don't do that.
We don't do
I
any
like
of
to
that.
hear your side, but the way you Snuggie bitch, excuse me, Snuggie. I know. Listen up. If why you drop the man that he's roasting your butt. Long story short, he own you. If you're man enough, you need to deal with him and his response without dropping him and putting a nonsense.
Snuggie butt.
Snuggie
butt. That's crazy.
And I also heard that same live Janae. You said you want to talk. Usually, I don't know you two. I hate to take the behind back. I like to tell you in your face. But see, you challenged this man right here, 1-on-1.
She did.
On your own live. But why you have one of your own Mitchells have his live? I went to that live, what to say you had to say, and all of a sudden, his live was dropped. I don't know, somebody report your live and all that. See, first of all, Janae, if you want to confront Zeus, start your own live and bring some facts and information that you claim on. I don't know why they report your buddy live, because you know good and well if you start your live, you probably got dropped with two. You bring misinformation.
Facts.
I hate to say this.
Yeah.
But now I got a beef with this oath-breaking, self-hating Latino named Jamlin Lou 21.
Oh, gee, man.
So, I mean, you say you want to talk to Losito because he got more followers and all that. Losito don't have to waste no time. Your knucklehead, but I try to be respectful of somebody Zeus Live, but believe me, I will go raw on you. I want to have a rumble with you because Jammin, you started with me first.
Oh,
you showed to disrespect me first. See, you don't like somebody give the same energy. Matter of fact, I give you 1,000,000 times worse. You don't like that. See, what you try to do, you try to overtalk me and drop me while one of your Janae, other people live, and one of y'all report me for bullying harassment. Basically, it was bullying harassment like you, and your clapback is so lame and so whack, out of touch. This is what he tried to say. I'm gonna let you know about your Jammin. First of all, you said I act like a white liberal. Man, dude, please, I'm an independent registered voter, but you want to be a white boy.
Oh,
you look at yourself in the mirror. You're so disgusted. You look like a freaking prune or dried up goddamn prune because you hate your freaking self. So that's what you do a little bit too much of that drinking because you're disgusting yourself goddamn self. So you want to be a white dude, but basically you're not. Deal with it, bro. And not only that, you're an oath breaker too. You got to know to ask me why I'm an oath breaker. You got my federal veterans jump your butt before he come with me. I don't have to tell you. You already know what the situation is all about.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to make a suggestion if you're here with me.
He's listening.
I'm going to ask my federal veterans, is also independent register. I hope you listen to this. I want you be the host. I'll come in there. It's going to be 1-on-1 rumble.
Yeah.
With the self-hating, oath-breaking, I want to be a white boy, MAGA Beecho, or some guy named Jammin Lou versus that magnificent, gorgeous, great, good thing, God-given thing. That's the G stand for. G man. 1-on-1. No whole bars. You don't have no moral powers to drop me. You don't have the people to report me and all this stuff because you know I got to roast your tail. I'm great at clap back because I was raised.
Yeah,
I'm great at come back, and you know you're afraid of me because you know I got a response with no foolishness. I'm not like Zeus. I'm not freaking nice.
Yeah.
See, this a thing. This a thing. You got to earn respect to get one. See, you started with no respect with me, and don't start wanting to get none, Jasmine. Yeah. I haven't forgot what you did while I tried to go to Political Judge Live, and you wanted Ryan Mount to disrespect me. Wow. I haven't forgot about that, bro.
Yeah.
And you want people to give you respect. You got to earn it, bro.
Give it to him. Wow. WG man.
But other than that,
you cooked them.
Zeus, you got better patience with these MAGA Bichos better than I do, because I have no tolerance with this, especially Latinos that vote against the interest. And the difference with it here, they feel in the safe space because they're behind a computer or phone or tablet.
Yeah.
See, because conservative Puerto Ricans here in Columbus, Georgia, they'll come near me. They come near me because they know they F up. They F up when they vote against the interest. They reality hit them. Oh, I thought I was white. Whoa, to them. They find out they're not. Yeah. And the veterans, and the veterans, they don't talk to me because I live near Fort Benning. How you spell your face in federal veterans said they cut all the situation going to VA.
Oh.
Backlogging and all that. You got to act swerving for other people it's affecting it. So other than that.
Wow. You said they think they white? You said they think they white, G-Man? They think they white?
I called them coconuts. Coconuts, just like Angel said. Well, he complained about that. I called him your freaking goddamn coconut because you're expected to be a Puerto Rican and a Met fan. And he said, well, I'm white inside, but I'm brown. I said, yeah, you got that free white. You brown outside, but you think you're white inside, bro. Please.
I can't.
The coconut is all about. But anyway, I don't want to take the time, man. I got off early. I just want to say shout out to you.
Yeah, thank you.
And everybody, give me the support. And I'm waiting for this knucklehead got an ultimate challenge. Stop being a little punk ass B word by the itch on it. Come over here.
They're listening. They're listening, and he's talking about you want a one-on-one debate with Lion Lou. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, let's set that up. And he hears you. He hears you. So Lion Lou, let's cut the shenanigans and let's get this over with so that we can let bygones be bygones as quick as possible. If you got the fact and you got the truth, you shouldn't be running. WG man. And G man, I'll be right there to support you. Seriously.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready because I had no time for no foolishness, especially fellow Latinos that vote against interests. And people told me, the frustration right now, I got to watch my surroundings. Even though I'm Puerto Rican U.S. citizen, but I live in the South region. These are people assuming we all undocumented. All. Yeah. And Jeremy, don't be surprised. ICE gonna come chase your butt too, especially in Texas, the way you look. Bro, you look more like a undocumented than yours truly. Just saying, keep it real. But want to be a white boy, look at yourself in the mirror, boy. Look like a freaking dried up prune. Man, please. Knock it off the nonsense. Want to be Blanquito.
Oh my! All right.
I gotta go. I know y'all don't hold your time, my man. Thank you for your time. Everybody stay safe, stay strong. Watch your surroundings. Because people not up to the stupid in peace. Enjoy your Thanksgiving week.
Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, WG man. Woo! No lies detected. I mean, you know it's serious when G-Man has to take time off of his busy day from work and make that kind of announcement. I had no idea that was going to happen, but you know what? It's time. I mean, again, all we want is for MAGA to be honest and stop pretending like it's anything other than what it is out here. So again, WG man. I've never seen anything like this in my life. All right. Good morning, Shay. Welcome, Shay. Oh my gosh, WBAM. Hi, Shay.
Hey. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You had a fantastic show as usual.
Thank you. It's been all over the place, right? It's been all over the place.
Boy, has it.
Yeah.
Has it. But yeah, no, I obviously I love what Jesse said and what he had to say. And I'm hoping some people kind of listen to him a little bit more, because it is those of us that present white and are white that walk in this world that way, that we're the ones that we need to work on our own people. And I agree with him 100%, right? Because it is those that will try to listen to us more than anybody else. And but of course we do get attacked and called white savior all the time, right? And sadly, yes, because I follow you. I followed you into that dang live, Zeus. I swear to God.
Which one, yesterday?
Yes.
And you saw them.
Scott's,
You saw the Dark Man. These people are racist, and
they
want to
are.
say Jasmine Crockett is racist, and they want to say everybody's racist, but it's really them. And it's just amazing how they are comfortable being racist, right?
Oh, they're so comfortable, especially when it's a meeting, a Klan meeting up there, and you just listen to that white girl, what was her name? Blessed. And then
Unblessed.
She was horrific.
You know, when you call yourself blessed, that means it's the exact opposite. Cursed.
Yeah, exactly.
She's cursed.
But I sit there and I go, the advice I have to white people is stop talking about black people issues. See, when you get up there and you start running stats and you start arguing and the hotel guy and all that stuff, and it's just a bad look. Snuggy's done that, Tiny Tank Top Tim, and they all get together and all Zeus does is talk about race. And they go through these stats. And I'm telling you, it looks bad. You got to stop it.
Yeah.
You got to stop it.
All the violence, most of the political violence comes from which side?
Yeah, the white men. It is.
Yeah.
The stats are there to tell you that I don't worry about a trans woman. I've never been attacked. I don't even consider that. I've never been messed with in a bathroom or a locker room. I was an athlete all my life. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I worry about white and straight men. I'm at a bar. I'm walking in a store. Women, y'all know, give it up. Blue hearts, women, if you hear what I am saying, when we walk in this skin as a woman, right? We are not looking around for trans women. We're not looking around.
Really?
I feel the safest in the gay communities here. If I go to a gay bar, oh my God, I'm the safest there ever.
Hold on. The border's secure, Shay. Shouldn't you feel safe because the border is secure and no more immigrants are coming in? And now you're telling me you walk around and you see these white guys and it makes you a little concerned. Mm-hmm. They look suspicious.
Yeah. Any men, Listen, we know where we're vulnerable, right? There's my blue heart, ladies. I love y'all. We know where we are vulnerable. Like, it is not in a bathroom and a locker room and not by the trans and gay community. That's not even where we're ever concerned. We know where they, and we keep our keys in our hands and we have certain things on us just in case we need stuff that's sold to women to keep we take self-defense classes.
Wow.
This is the thing that as women that we have to do. Yeah, it's already here. Exactly, Wakandan. It's already here. I live in Houston. I don't feel more safe because the border's quote unquote closed. We know how to walk and what to do and what to look for. We don't let each other go by ourselves. We're in groups of girls. We go with each other. We make sure each other gets to our cars safely. We make sure each other gets into our houses safely. Look, we work together, don't we, ladies? You know what the real threat is. Yes.
Somebody, what do you think about this, though?
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
So disgusting.
He's going to do it whether the women
no matter
like
if
it
you
or
like
not.
it or not.
Yeah, he's going to protect you. Does that make you as a woman feel like Donald Trump is a great savior? You said hell
no. Hell no. Quiet, Piggy. Quiet.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I have to say to him. Quiet, Piggy. It's disgusting.
He's not an immigrant, though. He's not an immigrant, right?
He's not an immigrant. No, but he's that old school white man that ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Think they can just come up and touch you, rub your shoulders, pat you on the back, get real close to you.
Now go get daddy some sugar type of guy.
Come sit on my lap, honey. I used to be a waitress for years. And
come sit on your pappy's lap like that. Is that with the stanky breath and the tooth missing and stuff.
Oh yeah. I always get that. They'll just do that and like, come sit on my lap, come do this. Oh honey, can you? I'm like, and we know what it is. So if you want to talk about this stuff, talk to women because we get it. We understand what we got to do.
It's disgusting.
Where it's coming from. Yeah. And so the language, we perk up, our ears are like, whoa, the creepy vibes and the certain things. And, and I remember people are like, the sex ed and, teaching our boys and, you're kind of accusing our boys of being nasty and naughty. And I remember my conservative sister just being all about that.
Yeah.
Because in college he had a course and I'm so glad they did that.
Yeah.
To give them an idea of like what women understand, how to be treated. They understand certain verbiage. They understand certain looks. So we're just helping men understand it so they don't get, kind of put off or accused or ignored or anything like that. There's just certain vibes.
Yeah.
What to do, what to say kind of thing to help a woman feel safe in your presence. And that's okay. Nobody's saying you're a bad person. But you may have been trained by your grandfather. You may have been trained by your father. It's old school stuff.
Yeah.
Women are much more educated, which is what the right hates, right?
Yeah.
We're much more educated. We're much more aware. We're much more woke, right?
Yeah. Tell them, Shay.
And so they're having a harder time, finding, a girlfriend.
The MAGA men.
The MAGA men.
Well, if they would spend so that explains the uptick on the grinder, huh? On the grinder usage.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Because they're not able to find real partners out here, real women out here that want to actually be with them. And so what you're saying is there's a serious issue going on in this country with the male species, especially on the right. They're toxic.
Yes,
no one wants to be with them because their perception of what a man is off. It's way off. They need to be recalibrated. Yeah.
Yeah, when they sit there and they make fun of liberal men on these right-wing lives and stuff like that, like they're weak and they're beta males, all that discussion is so ridiculous. Yeah. Women don't care about that stuff. Looking for a man that knows how to hold his own. We're looking for a man that wants to be a partner in our lives. That's kind. Yes. Charismatic, kind.
Yeah.
Is secure. My God, can we just have a secure man and his abilities, right?
And that means not just secure financially.
We don't need to help you with what a woman is. If you need help with that, go open a biology book. Okay, sweetheart?
Yeah.
There's even pictures in there to help you out if you need that. Okay, conservative Democrat, if you need that. Okay. Anyway, sorry, Zeus.
No. I mean, he doesn't know what a woman is. He's a grown man, never had a woman. That's I don't really need to spend any time on that other than do better.
Right.
Do better.
You can lead him. Such a stupid question.
I've never seen grown men ask some of the most ignorant questions in my life. Could you imagine being in a relationship with a man that runs around yelling, "What is a woman?"
And you're sitting there trying to have a date with him, and you're like, this isn't going well.
Awkward. It just shows the lack of intellect, the lack of understanding, and you just have to sit back and say to yourself, okay, all right, yeah, date's over. Don't worry, I'll catch an Uber back. I don't really need to entertain this ignorance at this level because you're not securing yourself at all.
This guy is dumb as a brick. Am I supposed to have an intellectual conversation with this one? Nope.
No.
And that's the problem is these men have been red pilled, the Groypers have gotten a hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're seeing a lot of the stuff in there. A Democrat, go look at a biology book. Jesus Christ. Stop asking.
I mean, they could look this stuff up. They could look it up on the internet.
Look it up. Wikipedia, Google, whatever you need, dude. And I mean, unless you were hatched, conservative Democrat, I don't know what to tell you, man. But yeah, and I just think, my advice to people is don't talk about Black people issues if you're not Black. And that goes for any of us, even if you're an ally, right? Even if you're woke in the subject matter.
Yeah.
But especially if you're not, it's just a really bad look. So that was my advice and what I wanted to follow up what Jesse had to say. I thought that was brilliant. I really do.
All right.
But anyway, thanks, man. Love you guys in the kingdom.
Right.
You guys
Ladies
are
and
awesome.
Gentlemen, let's give it up. Oops, hold on to the beautiful shade. No lies detected. As you can see, it's been one heck of a show. Yeah, because CD, if you need help reading what the definition of a woman is, just send me a guest request and bring the screenshot up with you. I'll put you in the big box and we can then read it together, and then I'll be able to answer any questions you might have after that reading together. All right, it's a huge W, Zeus. Good morning, Jim. Welcome.
Good morning, my friend.
How are you?
Well, I'm a little tired. My mom's been in the hospital, so I've been spending most of my time there. I'm about ready to head back, but I wanted to catch your show this morning.
Well, thank you. What an honor, and hope your mom's doing okay too, because they got to take care of our parents these days. You know how that goes.
Thanks. She's having a hard time, but she's doing better. Thank you. But your show's been fascinating today, and what really caught me was my gag reflex when you talked about what was happening in those pants behind you.
Oh.
So that was nasty. And then I just wanted to compliment Keisha because she really did mark where we're at with food products right now. She said Turk on their plate. She couldn't finish the key because there's not enough money for folks to pay for the key. And then you guys have been asking a lot of you big creators, like, where are all these MAGA folks, right? You've been saying that in a lot of your lives, like you have a lot of downtime because they're all practicing in the mirror, for Thanksgiving. They got to go and disrespect their mamas and their brothers' wives and their sisters, So when they say, "Where's my food?" and the wife or the mom or somebody says, "It's in the kitchen, you can serve yourself," and he screams, "Quiet piggy." So practicing in the mirror, practicing saying that. So I want to give a little direction to all you MAGA men or men in general. I'm pretty darn sure that in real time, if somebody put their hand in your wife's face, your mama's face, your sister's face, your daughter's face, that person would not be standing when they screamed "Quiet piggy." You would be up handling business. And so any of you supporting the current president of the United States getting into a working journalist face on Air Force One, where she earned the right to be there, and did that at the highest echelon of our offices, believe me, you're about to find out just how many white males especially took that as a cue as good behavior. So get ready. I'd say lotion up those knuckles because you're probably going to need them. Some of those men aren't going to be able to need knuckles, so just make sure you have a soft slap coming, because you guys are going to have to prepare to check the family members in your family that you supported before this, because I believe I warned a lot of people that when they voted for this man, they voted for other men to take their cue to harm women. I gave that speech in multiple lives. So did a lot of the other women on this app. And that's what we're witnessing, is the degradation of our society, where they think old white rich males get to disrespect every woman in their life. He's done it to his mother. He did it to every one of his wives. What is he? Thrice married, twice divorced, multiple affairs, literally got prosecuted for said affairs, paying off a porn star. So yeah, let's just make it a tradition now that you men, you girl dads, you people who literally thought this was the way to go, you better come correct when the hand is in the face of a woman you love. When somebody steps to her, you better be prepared to defend your woman that you think needs defending, or allow her to handle her business herself. Ladies, it's time for you to get ready and get prepared. Buy whatever you need. You know what I'm talking about. Aquanet's great and it's cheaper, to do what you got to do.
Wow.
Because what we witnessed on that plane that day was a man in real time, live at the highest echelon of our country, literally disrespect female reporter on Air Force One. Let that sink in. So if you're at a Denny's, or you're at a grocery store, or you're in church and a man disrespects you, you better step up, because this has to stop now. Right now, where it began needs to stop. And Jesse, thank you for saying that you think it needs to begin with men. Because I think a couple weeks ago we had this discussion, right? I said 90% of the crime is committed by whom?
The men.
The men, right. And
Yes.
it's not just against women. And that's the problem, is that we have a problem in our society with the male ego thinking that they have a right to harm others, that they somehow, that machismo factor, right? That I'm not a real man unless I'm hurting another human being. Well, let me tell you, that's not how societies grow. Societies don't grow by harming other people. Societies grow by building bridges, lifting people up, caring for community, standing up, defending the honor of, upkeeping your oath to the Constitution of the United States.
Amen.
Those are men. And in a final note, alpha males do not have to call themselves alpha males. Alpha males know how to lead people. They don't have to come in and being on their chests and say, I'm an alpha male.
True.
I'm the greatest. I'm the number one. Only I can solve these problems. Those are beta males. And actually, I'd go further down the alphabet. They're more like zeta males. They're at the end of society.
You just hurt CD's feelings and Viper's and all these other men's feelings. Are you okay with that, Jim? Because they're crying right now. But go ahead, please.
Oh, yeah. What is it? Facts over feelings.
True.
Your feelings don't matter. I mean,
don't.
this isn't even my stuff. Like, this literally came out years ago, that the greatest threat to the United States of America was white male supremacy committing crimes against America. Like, this came out, and under a Republican, by the way. Oh, it's the McShit pants behind you.
This guy.
Let's just be real. Like,
Wow.
This is not something that we didn't know. And I think that's the greatest threat to all of us, is we knew this was coming and they voted for it anyway. And don't get me wrong, I hold Latino men responsible for this as well. The Latino men that voted for this, because in the Latino community, same thing, machismo factor. You thought, oh, well, by proximity to this old rich white male, if I vote for him, he's not going to deport me or people I love. He's not going to harm my community. Well, guess what? Not only did he harm the community, he told you he was going to harm the community, and you still voted for him. you still harmed your family.
Yeah.
Because he called you all the filthy things he could think of years before he got back into office, and you opened the floodgates for it to happen.
Tell him, Jim.
With the Stephen Millers and the Jason Millers, for those of you who don't remember Jason Miller, please look him up. Stephen Miller, Steve Bannon, all of them propagate hate and misogyny.
That
and
part.
misinformation and disinformation, and have literally admitted. Elon Musk sat in Tucker Carlson's interview and said, and I quote, if Kamala Harris gets elected, I will go to prison, because he admitted he was committing crimes. Donald Trump admitted they rigged the election. Not once, not twice, multiple times they rigged the election. He said it himself in interviews that they rigged it.
Yeah.
Then you have Steve Bannon, who literally said, yeah, if you don't get out for the midterms, we're all going to prison. He even said, me included, because they know they're committing crimes. What more do you need? I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, purple with polka dots. If you are not listening to what they're actually saying, you are the problem. If you're literally justifying or trying to say, well, that's not what he meant, every single time they propagate hate or propagate criminality, you are part of the problem.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the things that was really good about what Nutty said about Thanksgiving is understanding that we should be thankful for all the people who came before us, who fought for civil rights and human rights and women's rights and educational rights, all the medical scientists that believe in science and math. I will tell you that my mom collapsed on Saturday morning. And the amount of care and love that she has received from the medical community, even as short-staffed as they are, I cannot thank them enough. I have written multiple kudo cards to this hospital staff to let them know the good they are doing. And that's how we need to be showing the love and respect to the medical community that is doing the job when so many positions are now empty. Amen. So many positions are left vacant, and they're doing double and triple the work. One of the nurses caring for my mom yesterday was working a 24-hour shift because they were so shorthanded.
Wow.
So let me tell you, if there are people in your lives that are in these positions where they are nurses, speech therapists, physical therapists, doctors, radiologists, the techs, thank them, appreciate them. Show them that you are paying attention to the care that they are giving to your loved ones, whether it's from a common cold or a heart attack or something worse. Thank them and appreciate the medical sciences that are out there. Listen to what's going on.
Yes.
Put your ear to the grind in your communities, your counties, your states. The CDC is broken at this point. We allowed that too. And that makes me go back to immigration. So immigration, right?
Yeah.
When Trump was in office the first time, what the hell?
I got a restriction. Oh my God.
Is that on me?
I think it's on me.
Oh, well, I'm just going to say this. The first time around, because I know you're getting ready to leave. I know.
Yeah, but go for it.
The first time around, they broke it. They destroyed the immigration system, and they bragged about destroying it. Wow. Now they're not going to, they couldn't destroy the repairs that were put in to try and make things better. So now they're going to go after each of the people that they think or they deem unworthy of being in the United States of America. Wow. So if you are a person of color, if you are a person who loves people that are immigrants, migrants who have come to this country for a better life, you better remember on voting day that you are not voting just for yourself. You are voting for the collective good of a society, and immigrants built this country.
Amen.
People who didn't have choices to come here built this country. Those are the people you need to remember on voting day. Not just the man in the mirror, but your neighbors, your pastors, your doctors, your nurses, your friends.
Amen.
Get out there and vote. I love you. I want to wish you a very happy holiday. If I don't see you again, I'll try to come by again, but I just want to wish you so much love. And everybody in here, thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Jim, and happy holidays to you as well, you and your family, all right? I really do appreciate it, and hopefully we do see each other before the holidays, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead and drop me. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Wow, wow, yeah, TikTok is definitely doing a lot today. All right, well, listen, we're going to go ahead and count our lucky stars and thank our All right, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank each and every single one of you for tuning in this morning. What a great show. You all deserve a huge round of applause. Hold on. Nutty, did you want to say something before I leave real quick? Is that what this is about?
Yeah, I forgot one fact when I was talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Her leaving Congress right now, does anyone know what type of benefits she's going to get for the rest of her life?
What is that?
The salary that she's making?
Wow, the
The
pension?
health care that she's getting?
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
She now qualifies for it for the rest of her life. Just to let y'all know. So she's walking away from a job that she never did in the first place. Hey, don't boo, vote.
Amen. All right.
Don't boo. Didn't Barack say that?
Yeah.
He said, don't boo, vote.
Vote. Thank you.
So the fact that she's walking away from this job now, she still gets everything as far as salary and perks. She still gets it for the rest of her life. That's all I need to say.
All right. What a disgrace, W. Nutty, and thank you for that. All right. So, yes, thank you to all of the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists today. You did an outstanding job. Honestly, you broke the app this morning. I don't know how you did it with so many gifts, but I appreciate it. All right. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame. We got to get up out of here. All the Zeus haters, they are totally upset today with the way that this show is ran. My computer has been giving me all kinds of problems, but we made it through together, and we got a lot of the information out that needs to be out in order to help bring Donald Trump's poll numbers back to where they belong, which is basically in the pits of hell. W. Zeus. But on that note, seriously, join me in sending all the Zeus haters out there, and they know exactly who they are, where they belong, straight to hell. Hi, Ari. What a show.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe. We are out of here.
Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up. Get a jacket with some power. Pull some strings.
Have a great rest of your morning.
Came from the trenches, now we're balling at the top. Reasonable energy, presidential.
Watch the ops. Hey.
Got the fit.
Let's go.
Real different. 1600
RC.
No skis. I'm the dope fish of the blade.
Hey, Marissa. Have a great rest of your morning. Trina. Keep them on their toes. Level up with the blueprint. Watch the empire grow. Hey. Yeah, this race is already won. Have a great rest of your morning, Queen Flea. Thank you. But they cannot touch the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trap it in the zone. What a show! It has built to last. Moving chestnut checkers. We taking over the spot. Get it poppin'. We ain't gon' never stop. Posted in the Capitol. Packer. Got the nation in a lock. Have a great rest of your morning. W. Cindy. Ops stay lurking, but they folding under all the pressure. 1600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. DC is the town, woke up in the mansion. Views from the East Wing, prime presidential, residential, got the polls in the climb. Hey! W. Camara! Thank you! CBD, Judah Storm, legacy unshakable. Hey! Woo! Busting off the charts, got the game Yeah, make you wanna dance. W7. Have a great rest of your morning. We will be back tomorrow.